Hey Tiger fans, I'm Cheers Spook joined alongside varsity basketball players Elijah Harrison and Peyton Dolan. Elijah, we're halfway through the season already. Tell me, what can Tiger fans expect from the second half of this season?
They can expect a lot of discipline and dominance in the way we play. We've let a couple games slip through our hands just because we weren't A1 in those aspects, but we're going to bounce back for sure.
And Peyton, tell me, how has your team grown so far this season?
I think we've matured a lot in a lot of adversity, and we've played a lot of games that were close, and everyone's just starting to excel in their roles that they've been given.
And Elijah, back to you. You're a senior this season. What has been your favorite memory from Broken Arrow basketball?
My sophomore season, just because those people I'm never going to forget. I love them, man.
And Peyton, last question. How did your basketball career begin?
I've always grown up in a gym, especially watching both my brothers play and my dad coach them, and it's always just been a thing for me to follow in their footsteps and try to be better than them in every aspect.
Well, Tiger fans, make sure you follow @BA Tiger Sports on all social media. I'm Cherish Booth, and I'll see you guys next time.
We're now joined by head coach Shane Coffey as we get set to take on the Jenks Trojans tonight, a very crucial district matchup.
Absolutely. You know, going into tonight's game, we know that, one, it's a rival game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, these kids have known each other for a very long time. I mean, playing up against each other as kids. But we know that there's some focal points that we've got to really key on. But they've got a really good player in Jill Tweehouse. She's a premier scorer, can score at all three levels. She's fun to watch. She's already signed with Rice. And she's going to give it her all tonight going up against BA for sure.
Tell me about this squad. You know, we haven't seen them in a while, but now we get them here at home. This is a big one for us here in the field house.
Yeah, this is a huge game because right now we're both sitting at 4-1 in district play, so we're competing for second place currently, and every win matters at this point. So our ability to lock in, our ability to really kind of control our own destiny is here, and you've got to protect your home court. And I feel like here at the Tiger Fieldhouse we have great fans, we've got the great support that we have. Mm-hmm. This is a tough place to play. As long as our kids are locked in, we're going to be in good shape to try to go get us a W tomorrow.
What is the most important thing that you need to see out of your girls this evening?
You know, a couple things. I think we've got to make sure we continue to build on that sense of urgency. I think you saw it on Tuesday night in our game against Southmore. Our intensity level on the defensive end was really, really good. We're going to need that again. We're going to need it on defensive transition especially because they really push the ball really well. And we also got to contain Jill Tweehouse. We're not going to stop her. She's a great player, but we got to contain what she can do.
Up next, we'll have tip-off with the Jenks Trojans and our Lady Tigers.
And welcome inside the field house. Boys and girls basketball tonight taking on a crosstown rival, or a metro rival, however you want to call it, with the Jenks Trojans tonight. Broken Arrow coming off a big win against Southmore on Tuesday night, 82-29. And the Jenks Trojans enter tonight with a 2-game win streak, having beat Will Rogers and Ponca City. I am Dan Hawk alongside former head coach Tiffany Jones, and Madison Dildine is our third member of the team tonight. The Tigers enter tonight, Coach Jones, on a 5-game win streak, and then they'll be on the road for a couple of games. So I'm just going to say you cannot afford to drop this one at home.
No, you got to defend your court, and this is a big matchup in the district, and so being able to play on your home court in a crucial time as the district pairings, things just continue to get tight, and we got a chance to beat Jenks tonight, and but we got to defend our own court tonight.
Absolutely. Broken Arrow 9-5 overall, 4-1 in the district. Jenks 8-3, 4-1 as well. So this is going to come down. If you win, depending on how many points you put up, that could be a tiebreaker for later in the year when district pairings and standings all shake out later in the year. Yeah,
absolutely. There's the immediate impact of wins and losses, but that impact now of district play in the point system is it's a crucial game tonight for us.
Let's welcome in our third member of tonight's ball game, Madison Dildine. And Madison, what do you got for us for the keys of the game against the Trojans?
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, guys, tonight we need to contain Jenks's Jill Tweehouse and avoid explosive plays out of her. We also need to play balanced defense, and last but not least, obviously, like you said, they are a crosstown rival, so we need to defend home court, guys.
That's exactly right. Protect that home court. Contain Jill Tweehouse. She's a former, or soon-to-be Rice Owl in the American Conference, so she's definitely got some talent as well. So How do you stop a talent like that when you know that what you're up against, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, she's a great high school player. I mean, she's going to be very successful at the next level. But what we've got to do tonight is it can't just be a one-man show. I mean, it's got to be team defense. Everybody's got to pitch in and do their job. We're going to have to really work on how we're rotating, make sure that we're helping the helper. But we've got to keep the ball in front of us, contest, make them make tough shots, and really do a good job helping defensively. Make it a team effort tonight.
And already there's some games that are already underway, so we'll get a quick look at what else is going on. Edmond Santa Fe and Northwest Clawson, 20-1. Edmond Santa Fe on top. Mustang trailing Norman North, 19-18. Norman over Eisenhower right now, 30-20. UConn on top of Lawton, 7-2. And the other games are just getting ready to get underway, so we'll keep you up to date throughout the 6A scoreboard as this game will get underway. But like Coach Jones said, district matchup tonight, a very big, crucial game against the Jenks Trojans. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll have more from the Fieldhouse. Starting lineups coming up momentarily. You're watching Lady Tiger basketball on ArrowVision.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016. Through this partnership, Matthews Ford sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for their efforts in supporting educators and being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools. This support sets a great example of how local businesses can work together with our school system to create a better future for all.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance. Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance. Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016 and sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. We're also proud to be team orthopedist for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can slay. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can slay. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can show. this all the time. This ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie getting made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close. We gon' go around the ground. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I can get paid. Bad little fire, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she get straight. Do this all the time. This ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie getting made.
And welcome inside the field house. It is America theme night, and that should be every night. I just got to throw that out there, Coach
Absolutely,
Jones.
yes.
America theme night with Jenks coming to town. Broken Arrow 9-5, 4-1 overall. Jenks 8-3, 4-1. They beat Southmore on Tuesday, 82-29, and the Trojans beat Ponca City, 52-41. Let's go to our starters for this evening. Macy Marcini, number 0. Number 5, Brooklyn Scarborough. Peyton Dolan, number 22, and number 23, Rakaya Bowen. And rounding out the 4, Taryn Jacobs, 33. For the Jenks Trojans, Jill Tweehouse will step on the floor first with Amaria White, along with Addison Daughter, Cameron Bacon, and Cameron Anderson as well. Both teams coming out onto the court this evening. Got to give a shout out to our One Club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Ascension St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and Quick Trip. So thank you for helping us along with our broadcast this evening. Also want to give a shout out to our ArrowVision crew, Antonio Hurling, our stream director, Greg Spencer, director of ArrowVision, Tiffany Jones to my left, our color analyst for the girls game, Blake Shy, producer and engineer, Madison Dildine, sideline reporter, and of course all the students that are involved to help put on this broadcast. Coach Jones, last topic right here to discuss. Coach Coffey talking to his ladies one final time before they take the court. Any thoughts as to what he's probably saying right now?
Well, he's talking to him about just the things that we can control. Take care of the basketball, execute, the effort, the intensity. You know, the other night we saw great intensity in the first half. Second half we were up big, and so that dropped a little bit. But tonight they're going to put together 4 quarters. They're not going to be able to let Jenks get going. Don't make them earn their shots, make them earn their points, and obviously they're driven by and controlled a lot. The tempo is going to go by Tweehouse.
Yeah, Tweehouse averaging over 20 points a game, so she is definitely a force on the court, and she will be starting it out going against Brooklyn Scarborough. And here we go underway. Tweehouse wins the toss right there. Addison Daughter going to start it out for the Trojans. She gets it in the hands of Amaria White. Back to Tweehouse. Tweehouse going for the triple. No good. Rebounded Macy Marcini. Ball going the other way now. Marcini going to Scarborough. Scarborough over into the corner to Dolan. Back to Marcini. Going down low to Jacobs. Back to Marcini. Marcini can't get it to go as Tweehouse blocks it. And Trojans take over. Amaria White over to Bacon. Bacon back to Daughter. Daughter putting a spin move, going in the paint. Over to the corner to Cameron Anderson. Anderson back to Daughter. Daughter over to White. White guarded by Bowen. Now to Tweehouse. Tweehouse with Bowen. Going back to Daughter. Daughter connects with the triple, and the Trojans get on the board first. They lead at 3-0.
And really, defensively, that wasn't a bad possession. They had to work to get a shot off, and so we've got to keep pressure. And I'm going to say, get your hand up, get a hand in their face every time. Make them shoot over the outstretched hand.
Tigers working it around. Marcini down low to Jacobs. Jacobs puts it off the glass, and we got a 1-point game.
Good ball movement and good cut. Good pass by Macy to hit her in the hands and make the shot easy.
Hopefully we see more of that this evening with those two.
Absolutely. We're going to need to tonight.
White turns it over. Marcini nearly loses it herself, but good quickness by Jacobs to keep the ball for the Tigers. Now Marcini taking it up the court. Plenty of space given. Kicking it out in the corner. The 3-ball no good by Scarborough. Rebound goes to the Tigers. Jacobs going back to Marcini now. Marcini on the left side. Clock down to 6 minutes here in the first. Marcini driving the lane, kicking it out to Bowen. Bowen driving the lane, gets fouled, and she's going to go to the line.
They called that offensive foul.
My goodness. Can't get a break there.
No, she made it, was making a good move to the basket. I don't think she got her outstretched arm a little bit, trying to push off. But that's one thing we can't afford to do is pick up fouls tonight. We don't want to be in foul trouble.
No, we do not. Tweehouse guarded by Scarborough. Tweehouse finding Daughter. Now going inside to White. White driving the lane, puts it off the glass. Shot is no good. Rebound goes to Jacobs. I believe that's her second rebound as Marcini kicking it out to Scarborough. Scarborough driving the lane, unable to connect. Tweehouse picks the board. Tweehouse now pushing the perimeter. Driving in the lane, puts it off the glass. That shot is no good. Rebound goes to Jenks. Jenks puts it back up. And another missed shot by the Trojan. Marcini connects. On the other end, triple is good, and she's on the board with 3. And it looks like the referee was letting Coach Will Seymour know that that was a triple.
I think they were looking to see if her foot was really behind the line or not. Once again, hey, that's Jacobs' 3rd rebound already tonight, and we're, not 3 minutes into the game, so we need to keep her on the boards tonight.
So they go back to Tweehouse. Now they're going down low. Trojans missed the first one. Missed the second one. That one's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Tweehouse. Checking a roster here because one of our Trojan players is not listed on the roster, 34. And she's on the court, but I don't have a 34.
Yeah.
So, yes, it'll be fun for if she makes the
I think
bucket.
it's Jenks, Lady Trojan number 34.
Yeah, 34. It's not listed on the roster as well. In the lane was Dolan. And the Tigers will keep the ball on their end of the court.
It's a good drive to the basket. It's just going up a little bit stronger, trying to draw that contact, making them foul you.
Dolan left all alone, and she makes the Trojans pay with the 3-ball. Tigers up 8-3.
It's a great look for Peyton. Good spot up. She had her feet set, hit her in rhythm, and that's a good shot. We'll take that shot.
Addison Daughter now going to Tweehouse. Tweehouse putting a move on Bowen, but she misses it, collects her own rebound, and she's on the board with her first points of the game. 8-5, Broken Arrow. Marcini at the top of the perimeter. Gets it over to Bowen. Bowen over to Scarborough. Dolan on the far side. Now going to Marcini in the lane. Back to the top to Bowen. Bowen going from long range. That shot is no good. Rebound goes to the Trojans. That's Bacon. But heads up play by Scarborough, nearly picking it off.
Yeah, getting a deflection right there. We talk about the importance of deflection, and that's frustrating for the offense when I think they've got a clean pass and you can at least tap it, make them take it out of bounds, but it breaks up the rhythm.
If she would have been able to stay inside, she'd have been.
Tap it with the ball side hand and go get it.
Buckets all the way. White over in the corner for the Trojans. Now they're working the inside. No shot, no good. Marcini collects the board. Marcini flipping it up to Jacobs. Jacobs down low. And she's going to be called for double dribble.
Yeah, and that's a tough passing angle right down the middle of the court like that. If the guard can get to the side on the outside lane, that makes it a lot easier to hit him in stride.
Jaden Jones in the first of the lineup for the Trojans right now, guarded by Scarborough. Over into the corner, Daughter misses. And Bowen picks up the rebound. That one never even touched the net. Bowen going to Marcini. Marcini dialing up another triple, and she's got 6-pack of points with 2 straight 3-pointers.
I was like, talk about a great look, unselfish play, sharing the ball. Those are things, once again, we've talked about the importance of that, and there's another example of that for us.
Jenks moving it around, getting it back to the Tweehouse. Tweehouse guarded by Marcini. Tweehouse pushing off of Marcini. Gets in the hands of Jones. Jones underneath, nothing doing as Bowen sticks her big paw in there, and eventually Jacobs comes up with the steal. Scarborough going the other way, correction. Bowen going the other way, going for a shot. That one is off the mark. Rebound goes to the Trojan. It's Watson. Watson going down low to Jones. Jones puts it off the glass. She's on the board with 2, and that makes it 11-7.
It's been a pretty frenetic pace the last couple minutes, just getting the ball up and down the court, but one shot and going. And tell you what, we got to continue to do what we do and not get sucked into a tempo game that maybe we don't want to be in.
Tempo so far has been going back and forth, like you said, Coach, and hopefully the Tigers can capitalize on their end as Bowen in transition right there, down low, and she gets it to go. How about that?
Just physical.
Unbelievable. Bowen showing her height with a 5'11", and she's now got 2, and it's 13-7. Shot is off the mark. Jacobs flips it over to Dolan. Scarborough catches it down low, working in the paint, and she's going to get fouled by White. White's picking up her first personal.
And that's a good move for Brooklyn. I mean, going in and initiating the contact, she's going to draw the foul. And that's what, when she's a freshman, we didn't see as much of that, but becoming more physical and the strength of her has improved so much.
Scarborough picks her first points up on the line. Dolan checking out. Matthew checking in, along with Bowen checking out. That will be Jana McCray in there as well. Scarborough makes both. Gotta love this start on the line, because now you're leading it by 8.
And being able to mix up defense a little bit. Little man, we played a little,
As Tweehouse connects with the triple, we knew she was going to be a force. As she gets the Trojans within 5, she averages 20 points a game. Under a minute to go now. Jacobs down low. She's going to be called for the traveling. She was trying to flip it out to Marcini, but just lost her footing.
Yeah, just having that base and trying to anticipate where the defense is instead of feeling them and be able to move away from her. Taryn just continues to get better and better. That's an opportunity to grow a little bit, learn a little bit tonight.
Absolutely. Tweehouse driving the lane. Tigers forcing a trap. Jones gets it. Nearly stolen away. Bacon loses it. It goes out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Trojans. I don't think Coffey was entirely happy with that. I think his player was out of position.
We got ourselves out of position. It puts the backside in a predicament.
A little bit, yes.
It's a good thing we had a deflection to knock it out, or would have been in trouble.
Mara White going to Tweehouse in the lane, and she gets it to go, and she's got 7.
Just like that, 7 points in a quarter. We want to make her earn every point she gets tonight.
So Marcini will slow it down with 5 seconds to go, running out of time here in the first. Shot is no good. Last chance for Jenks. That hit the board, but it's not going to connect. 15-12 after 1 inside the field house. Tigers on top. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Tiger basketball on ArrowVision.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016. Through this partnership, Matthews Ford sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for their efforts in supporting educators and being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools. This support sets a great example of how local businesses can work together with our school system to create a better future for all.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
And welcome back inside the field house. Tigers clinging to a 3-point lead over the Jenks Trojans, 15-12. Marcini leading the way with 2 3-pointers. Dolan with 3. Bowen with 2. So Tigers have been rolling, but the Jenks Trojans not that far behind as Tweehouse has 7. Coach, fast-paced tempo for both teams so far.
Yeah, really, I mean, quick shots offensively. We've had a few possessions where we made several passes in order to be able to execute things, but it's been a pretty fast-paced game so far.
Let's check in with Madison court level.
Hey, that was a great first quarter. He said you got to watch that backdoor action. He said good defensive changes. Now we just got to maintain that mentality and continue to communicate. Nice.
As Dolan connects on a three-pointer, great advice from Madison Dildine. That was exactly what she just talked about, the backdoor going to Dolan.
Yeah, and I tell you what, let's go back to Marasini getting the offensive rebound and another rebound. But Macy got that last offensive rebound that keeps the possession alive, and Peyton gets the good look outside.
As Marcini is up to 4 rebounds defensively. And Scarborough connecting. Fast-paced action, and they are taking care of business.
I was just say, yeah, just that we're shooting the ball at good high percentage, but we're getting good looks at three-point line. They're not forced shots. They're in the flow of the offense.
That shot was off the mark by Cameron Bacon. Bowen just touching it. One of those where she was thinking it was going to hit the board, but it didn't, and it just went out of bounds.
Sometimes you're not prepared for an air ball. That may be the hardest one to rebound.
One of the most tough shots in the game of basketball. Tweehouse moving it around, gets in the hands of Bacon. Now they go to White. White trying to go down low.
Oh, that's a huge play by Taryn Jacobs, drawing the offensive foul. Way to go, Taryn.
So our mystery player is Hazel Ifoma. On the roster, she was listed as 35, but she is 34.
Okay.
And Hazel picks up her first foul. Tigers on the other end now. 6:35 to go till half. Marcini going over to Dolan. Dolan from deep, and she buries the trifecta. She's got 9.
Just keep feeding her right now. She's shooting the ball lights out. I'd get her the ball. She got a hot hand.
24-12 in the field house as Tweehouse hits a lot of iron, but not going to connect. And Marcini picks up another rebound.
Yeah, 6 boards so far in the first half.
Marcini puts it going from coast to coast. And the Jenks Trojans want a timeout. 26-12, all Tigers right now. We got you covered inside the field house on ArrowVision.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. T2CU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance. Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. T2CU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Quick shots from Marcini. She's got 8. Dolan's got 9. I'm going to project right now you're going to get 2 players in double figures before the night is over, Coach Jones.
We better. Yes. Hey, off to a good start, but we're getting good looks in the flow of the offense. Some nights we forced some shots, and we've had pretty good shot selection tonight, and our defense is creating some good offense for us.
Trojans working it around. They get it in the hands of White. White over to Daughter. Over to Bacon. Down low to Ufama. Nearly a steal by Marcini. Could have been called for the reach-in. Right elbow, no good. Rebound goes to the Tigers. It's Bowen. Bowen flipping it up to Dolan. Dolan all alone. That shot is off the mark. That one's going to go out of bounds. But it's going to stay with the Tigers. Tigers catch a break.
So Peyton hadn't missed much tonight, so we'll take 1 out of every, 4 or 5 shots, or 4 shots, I guess.
Quick inbound pass to Jacobs. And the Trojans are going to be whistled for a foul.
Foul called on Trojans number 14, Jill Tweehouse.
That is Tweehouse's first foul.
And if we could pick one person for the Lady Tigers that we would want to be in foul
that's
trouble,
the one.
that would be the one.
That's the one. Jacobs' first shot. Rattles all over the place, but it is good. She's got 3.
And that was just executing on an out-of-bounds play. Simple execution.
And she makes the next one. So far, I believe we are perfect from the line. 28-12, 5:22 till half. Tweehouse over to White. Back to Tweehouse. Back to White. Ball going all over the place, turn it over. Jacobs comes up with it. Marcini now going into Bowen. Bowen reassessing the play. Back to Marcini. Marcini guarded by Daughter. Gets a screen. Over to Dolan. Dolan. Back to Bowen. Bowen putting on a spin move and shakes and bakes, and she's got 4.
Great move to the basket. She's so long, using her athletic ability, and even though she's going against a good defender, her length makes that shot possible. And another rebound for Bowen.
Tigers putting the pressure on the other end. Bowen from long distance. That one is off the mark. I believe she's going to go to the line here.
For 3.
That is Daughter's first foul, and Bowen will go to the line.
It's a lot of huffing and puffing going on the floor tonight. A lot of, I think several of them are happy we got a 3 free throws here. Catch our breath a little bit.
She makes it. So that makes it 31-12. And she makes it again. She's got 6. I'm going to check that. I'm going to see hopefully 3 players in double digits tonight, Coach.
I think just like the other night we had 4.
That's right.
So 4 in double digits tonight that'd be another good offensive night as far as sharing the basketball.
And Bowen connects on all 3. Couldn't get the 3-pointer, but why not? Let's make him at the line. 33-12, 4:25 to go until half. Tweehouse driving the lane, over in the corner to Anderson. That one goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trojans.
Deflection right there by Brooklyn.
I don't think I've seen Coach Coffey sit at all. He is definitely jacked up for this one tonight.
Well, it's a big game, and everybody knows it.
Yes, they do. Tweehouse driving the lane, gets it to go. Nice shot by her. She's got 9. And a steal by the Trojans, and a chance for a 3-point play as Daughter makes the lay-in. She's got 5. 33-14. That is not going to make Coach Coffey happy. Quick buckets right there.
No, we give up a shot and then turn it over, and they score immediately, and we foul. That's just a bad about 3 seconds right about there. And those are the plays that will let Jenks back in the ball game, and that's what we can't give them.
We got another mystery player from Jenks, number 1. Guarded by Bowen. Rebound goes to Matthew. Matthew getting tied up with White.
And that doesn't show up as a turnover, but you've got inside position. You get the rebound. That's just, we got to do a better job at protecting the basketball.
So White will inbounds it to Tweehouse. Tweehouse guarded by McCray. Gets it in the hands of Daughter. Daughter over to the corner. Now back to Tweehouse. Tweehouse with the jumper, not going to go. Rebound goes to Marcini. 3:50 to go here till half. Marcini driving all the way around. She goes up, and I believe that's going to go to Cameron Anderson for the foul.
Well, and what started that was yet another defensive rebound by Macy. I've got her for 6 so far. I mean, defensive rebounds, but she's on her way to a double-double.
Yes, she is, and she's also got a steal, a deflection, and an assist. What a night for Macy. Macy going to the line for her first shot.
It's a good stat line when you can fill up those boxes and leave. There's one bad one you don't want to fill up, but the rest of them, she's doing a good job filling them up.
Macy's got 10. 35-16. Tweehouse guarded by Scarborough. Over to White. On the hands of Daughter. Daughter guarded by McCray. Trojans drive in the lane. That one off the marks. Matthew comes up with the rebound. Now goes up to McCray. Down to Scarborough. Macy with an unbelievable lay-in. She's got 12, 37-16.
She's feeling it tonight. Good for her.
And Matthews deflects it. McCray comes up with it. Goes down to Marcini. Marcini for the triple. Nearly comes up with it. Bowen not going to get it to go. Scarborough to Matthew. Over to Marcini now. Marcini out on the edge. 2:48 to go here in the second. McCray back to Bowen. Bowen dialing up a triple. That one almost went in. Rebound goes to the Trojans. Ball going the other way. They get it to Daughter. Now to Tweehouse. Working down low to Anderson. Anderson trying to go up for the shot. It's jump ball. It'll stay with the Trojans. Scarborough going to take a breather.
That's 2 blocks for Bowen tonight, and that was just being long, making him shoot right into your hands. So great defense. Yes, it looks like a jump ball, but let's be real, that was a block shot.
Yes, it was. Scarborough and Dolan taking a breather. Matthew, Marcini, Jacobs in there. Dolan, correction, out on the court right now as McCray goes in for the lay-in for her first points of the game. 39-16. 2 minutes nearly till half as White makes the lay-in down low. Dolan out on the edge, going down low to Jacobs. Bad pass, it'll go to the Trojans. Dolan's gonna be called for a reach-in.
A little bit of frustration right there. Make a, turnover and then come back and foul immediately. We got to settle down, not let the game get too big, but you can tell a little bit when you get winded a little bit, sometimes we make not as good decisions, but also just how we execute right there.
Only 3 fouls, according to my chart, given to the Tigers. Coach Coffey's got to be happy about that as Tweehouse going up for a triple, and she connects. She's in double digits with 12. 39-21 with 1:30 to go. Dolan now. Gets it to Bowen. Bowen over to Marcini. Back to Jacobs. Wheel route for the Tigers. Marcini over to Dolan now. Trying to get down low to Jacobs. Jacobs putting on a spin move. Marcini with a rebound, and she puts it back up. That one almost went in, falls out. Trojans come up with it. Daughter. Over to White. Now down to Ifoma. Ifoma unable to connect. She'll go to the line.
Tell you what, Taryn made a great post move down there on the other end. It was a good execution, entry pass, perfect entry pass into the post. We just didn't finish it, but that's good offense. Plus it's attacking them, trying to get them in foul trouble inside, which is what they come back and do to us on the other end.
Ifoma misses their first one. She's just a freshman for the Trojans. (39-21), 50 ticks left on the clock. Ifoma makes the next one. 39-22, Dolan now. On to Marcini. Marcini's got to get it across. Bowen now. Cross-court pass to McCray, back to McCray to Marcini, back to McCray, into Dolan, back to McCray, back to Marcini, back and forth one another.
Say, Jenks is sitting back in a 2-3 zone. Now they're changing, and we're going to match up defensively.
Looks like they're going man-to-man.
Yep.
As Bowen goes to Marcini, 16 seconds now. Marcini turns it over. Tweehouse going to take this for the easy lay-in the other way, and she's on the board again, and she's got 14. Gonna have to find a way to slow down Tweehouse. She's been leading the way for the Trojans.
Say, she's got, 14 or 24 points right now. So, yeah, she's gonna get her points.
Yes, she is.
We're not gonna shut her down to 0 by any means, but we do a good job controlling the ball for most of that possession. And then when they change and go into a trap, when they went into a man and we turn her back, they shoot the gap from behind, and we turn it over and they come down and score. So almost finished off the half the way we wanted to, which was getting that last shot. Gave Jenks a little bit of momentum, if you will.
They'll get one last shot at it as McCrary misses that. They get in the hands of Tweehouse. Tweehouse chucks it. No iron there. And we enter halftime. Tigers in front, 39-24 inside the field house. We'll catch in with Coach Coffey coming up on the other side of the half. We'll also give you the stats when we return. You're watching Lady Tiger basketball inside the field house. I'm Dan Hawk alongside Coach Jones, Madison Dildine. Stay with us.
No fear. King. No fear, only fight. I'm fearless, it's only right. My head's up, I stay strong. Forever young, may you live long. With perseverance, hold on and stand tall. Never back down with my back against the wall. I'm an overcomer, I overcame it, y'all. I conquered every mountain, I've been through it all. Yeah, I've been through it all. I'm fearless. Nothing can ever hold me back. Nothing. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. You know. I'm courageous. Yeah. I'm strong. I'm strong. I'm unbreakable. I am. Yeah. I'm fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. I am fearless. I am fearless, you know. I am fearless, you know. I am fearless, you can't stop me. You gotta get up and go get it. I'm fearless, I'm fearless. Nothing can ever hold me back. Nothing. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm fearless. I am fearless. Yeah, you know. I'm strong. You can't break me. I'm fearless. Yeah, I'm fearless. I am fearless. I am fearless. You know. I am fearless. You know. I am fearless. You can't stop me. I'm fearless.
Wearing multiple hats to accomplish tasks seamlessly is second nature to Terry Moose.
Either first hour or sixth hour. Yeah. So we'll do sixth hour, okay?
Terry has served as a substitute teacher within the district and as a custodial coordinator at Broken Arrow High School. Despite the workload, her ultimate goal is to resolve issues without attracting attention.
I want it to be left so that nobody knows I did it, because they're not going to know it was ever there. I'm not called and say, hey, we got this huge mess over here. Hey, we've got this. Hey, we've got that. Because I want to find that. I want to take care of it before it becomes an issue for our students, for our staff members.
6 years ago, while battling triple-negative breast cancer, Terry took a year off from school for treatment. Her colleagues, teachers, and administrators rallied generously, donating their sick days to ensure she continued receiving her paycheck.
They break when you try to take them out.
That's what happened with that one.
Yeah, they just break. From the ESC, people I didn't know, people that just knew of me. It was just so touching, it was so amazing. And I realized that Broken Arrow is a family from the top on down.
Whether fixing doors or lights in the ceiling, Terry takes immense pride in her work, no matter where she is.
That just doesn't change. You leave a job, but you don't leave people, you don't leave relationships. That doesn't change.
Terry adds such an incredible amount of value to our school building, not just in the custodial role, but so many teachers, so many staff, administrators, other custodians reach out for her to just about everything. She knows everything about this campus, every space, every room, every need. We love Terry. We're going to miss her so much.
Terry leaves behind a legacy of dedication and heart, showing that commitment leaves a lasting impact no matter the role. At Broken Arrow High School with ArrowVision, I'm Dan Hawk. Look around. Art's everywhere, from those stenciled drawings to shaping clay into a vibrant cat. Broken Arrow students are busy creating their own masterpieces, bringing their visions to life with creativity. But something big is happening in our art scene. Kyle Tadero, our visual art lead, teamed up with teachers and students to create the second virtual show. It's not just a local exhibit, it's a chance for our district to display students' creativity to a wider audience.
I think it inspires the littler ones, and then as you get into the middle school, high schoolers, then it kind of encourages them to put their art out there in the digital space. And I think it's a huge inspiration for the kids to keep going and kind of boost their confidence a little bit.
Starting from our dreams and bringing them to life through art, these artists are turning what's in their minds into amazing real artworks.
I remember looking up at the high school art and thinking, wow, I want to participate in that. I want to be a part of that someday. And I think having our work alongside that, that's really influential to them.
Students of all levels place their artwork online to be seen. The best part is it's been viewed by more than 10,000 people, inspiring others to take the chance to be seen.
The fact that like a small town has seen our artwork is really cool. You couldn't get that if you had just done it in the library.
Here, it's more than just a showcase. It's the place where creativity and learning thrive, where every clay mold or click of a mouse allows our community to embrace diverse forms of art. At Broken Arrow High School with ArrowVision, I'm Dan Hawk.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016. Through this partnership, Matthews Ford sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the
Welcome back to Tiger Fieldhouse. I'm Madison Dildine, joined by head coach Shane Coffey. Coach, one of your keys to the game was to contain Twee House. She averages 20. She's now got 14. How do you continue to trap her?
You know, she did the things that we knew she was able to do. I mean, backdoor cuts, she was able to score there. She's got active hands defensively to be able to run the floor in transition, and she can shoot the three. We got to continue to close out with long hands. We got to know where she is 24/7. I feel like we've done a really good job of being there on the catch. It's the next step that we got to continue to grow on.
Thanks, Coach.
Good stuff from Madison Dildine and head coach Shane Coffey. Like Madison said, Twee House has 14. Addison Daughter has 5. Amari White has 2. And Jaden Jones has 2 as well for the Trojans. For the Tigers, Macy Marcini leading the way with 12. Brooklyn Scarborough with 5. Janae McCrae with 2. Peyton Dolan with 9, Rakaya Bowen with 7, Taryn Jacobs with 4. I want to give a shout out to our One Club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Assistant St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and Quick Trip. At the half, Tigers lead it 39-24. We'll be back in just a moment with the second half inside the Fieldhouse. Watching Tiger basketball on ArrowVision.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance. Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
And welcome back inside the Fieldhouse. The second half of play getting ready to get underway. Tigers in front over the Trojans, 39-24. And some scores for you. Norman over Eisenhower, 87-56 in the fourth. PC West, 58-34 over Westmore at the half. Sand Springs and Bartlesville tied up at 14. Edmond Memorial and Union, 53-49. Ponca City trailing Choctaw 13-6. And Mustang in the third over Norman North 55-42. And in the fourth, Edmond Santa Fe 61-16. At Edmond Santa Fe is Dolan going over to Scarborough to Bowen. Bowen misses it off the glass. Rebound goes to the Trojans. And that's going to be an over-the-back foul on Bowen.
Well, Peyton gets a deflection and comes away with the steal right there and come down to score. And that was, I mean, we're trying to make a statement right off the bat, first possession, and then we come away with the foul. So I'm sure Coach Coffey's not super excited how that played out in the end.
Absolutely not, as Bowen's got two, and Tweehouse misses the J. Rebound goes to the Trojans. Daughter going inside to Tweehouse, now flipping it back to White. White unable to connect. Jacobs just standing there, falls right in her hands and goes right to work with Macy. I'm telling you, Jacobs has become a special down-low perimeter player for Coach Coffey.
Yeah, Taryn's just in a little bit of everything, and she's not afraid to do the dirty work, and that's what you've got to have on a team, is someone that's going to get in there and be physical and compete inside.
That's right. That shot was off the mark by Scarborough. Daughter misses that one, and it's going to go right back to the Tigers.
Daughter was looking for the foul right there, and Peyton just made him shoot over her hands, and she threw it up there like a prayer.
Macy going to Dolan. Back to Macy. As they reset the offense. Tigers working it around. Bowen over to Macy now. Marcini going in the paint. Misses that one. Rebound goes to the Trojans. It's Cameron Anderson. White over to Tweehouse. Tweehouse on the left side. That was off the mark from Daughter. And eventually the ball is going to come in the hands of Bowen. Correction, Jacobs for the rebound. Jump ball.
Jump ball to the Tigers.
You know, we came out in the second quarter and really shot lights out. And then right now we're on the other side of that in the third quarter, and 2 minutes in, and we're still sitting at 39. So.
Yeah, and the tempo has slowed down just a bit as well. Now they pick it up. Bowen over to Marcini. Marcini driving it back to Bowen. Bowen goes in. Could have been called for a foul, and she's got 9.
Great pass by Macy. She's cutting down there. Teamwork was excellent right there.
Tweehouse going to White. White over to Daughter. Back to White. White driving in the lane. Just runs right in to Jacobs. Jacobs, you talked about the dirty work.
Yeah.
That one was a collision.
Like, she's already taken one charge tonight and steps over to try to take another one. Not many people are going to stand there and get hit like that, but Tara's not afraid to do what she needs to do to help the team win.
And not a lot of players are going to take a hit like that and want to stay on the court as well. That was just a straight up
tackle.
Travis Kelce running for a touchdown type thing as White makes the first free throw. That was a hard hit. As White misses the second one. Rebound goes to Scarborough. Marcini now. 41-25, 5:32 to go here in the third. Marcini over to Dolan. Back to Marcini. Over to Bowen. Cross-court pass to Dolan. Back to Marcini. Marcini pulling up for the triple, and she connects. She's got 15. As the Tigers lead at 44-25. Tweehouse down low. That one's off the mark. Good job by the Tigers containing her so far here in the second half. Marcini. Going to Bowen. Cross-court pass to Dolan. Very tough pass. Scarborough right near the top of the key. Misses it. Jacobs with the rebound. Goes to Bowen. Bowen unable to catch any iron on that one. Rebound goes to White. Ball going the other way now. Bacon going up past Jacobs. That one off the mark. Scarborough with a rebound. Ball going the other way now. Dolan over to Marcini. Little 3-on-1. Marcini pulls up. Unable to connect. She gets her own rebound. Goes to Dolan now. Back to Marcini. Marcini inside to Bowen. Bowen puts on a move. High off the glass. Nothing good. 44-25, 4:12 to go. White loses that one. Marcini gets a steal. And it's going to be a full timeout for the Tigers. I think Coach Coffey's wanting to figure out what's going on here.
A little bit of a frantic pace right there. I think it's going to take a full timeout. Taking a full timeout.
44-25. We'll take a quick timeout as well. You're watching Tiger basketball on ArrowVision.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. T2CU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance. Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. T2CU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016 and sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools.
Inside the field house, Tigers on top of the Jenks Trojans, 44-25. I'm Dan Hawk alongside Coach Tiffany Jones and our third member of the broadcast, Madison Dildine, is court level.
Thanks, Dan. Coach was saying, hey, we were sound on defense there and we had good passing lanes, but we've got to keep the ball moving and get back in sync on offense, guys.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we saw, and I think that's why he wanted a timeout there, Coach Jones, is there was a little bit of mishap on offense.
Yeah, just some execution things, and sometimes you can get caught up in the game and stop doing what got you the lead to begin with. And so just a good timeout to reset, get some things going again. It's a good possession.
Scarborough misses, but so far the rebounds have came in the hands of the Tigers. Marcini now, and they're going to reset the play. Coach telling his team to run a new formation, so here we go. Marcini going to the far side to Dolan. Dolan all alone, unable to connect. Rebound goes to Scarborough. She misses it, though. Tweehouse comes up with a quick cross-court pass. That was to Daughter, and Daughter's got 7. 44-27, 3:15 to go here in the third. Marcini on the top of the key, connects. 17 points for Macy. 46-27 now. 3 minutes to go here in the third. Jones, guarded by Marcini. To White, to Tweehouse. Tweehouse back to White. Bowen deflects it. Marcini comes up with it. Scarborough going the other way, and she takes it coast to coast for the easy lay-in, and she's got 7. 48-27. Down low is Rivoma. She's got 3. 48-29 now.
Well, the clock right now is our friend. I mean, being up 19, we've been 19 to 20 points. I mean, Jenks has to score quickly.
How about this in the corner? Scarborough all alone, hits a lot of backboard, but no good. Marcini with another rebound, but she eventually turns it over as Tweehouse picks her pocket. White over to the other side to Jones. Jones from long distance, no good. Tweehouse rebounds it, but that one's going to go out of bounds, and she's going to take a breather in the corner. Matthew coming into play as Bowen will check out. Also checking in for the Trojans is Bacon as Tweehouse takes a breather, and that's where we need to capitalize when Tweehouse takes a breather.
Yeah, Anytime she's off the court, and I know he's trying to buy some time and get her ready for the entire fourth quarter, but we need to, this would be a good time to put a little run together and remove any doubt in the mind about what's going to happen when the final buzzer goes off tonight.
Yeah, Daughter is the points leader on the court for the Trojans with 7 as Dolan with some magic behind the arc. Dolan's got 12. There's 2 Tiger players in double digits. Jones finding Bacon. Bacon trying to go down low, nothing doing. Marcini picks it up. Scarborough now in transition, flips it up. She's going to be called for travel. That would have been a tough shot either way to put that one off the board.
Yeah.
McCrary checking in as Marcini takes a break, and I believe that's her first break of the ball game.
Yeah. And talk about Macy's she's been the general on the court tonight and leading things, making things happen on her stat line.
Bacon going down low to Ifoma. Jacobs with the block and takes the ball, gives it to McCary, going the other way. Down low to Matthew. Matthew unable to connect. Gets her own rebound, and that one's going to be tied up for a jump ball. It's going to go to the Trojans. But still got to give effort to Matthew on that end of the court.
Yeah, running the court and getting to the block. She had good position. It was a great pass. We just didn't finish. Sometimes it's like almost too open. She was thinking hard about that shot, and knew she could hear Jenks coming from behind too. So Tweehouse, she's back in. That was quick.
Yeah, not even probably a minute. Tweehouse goes to Bacon. Under a minute to go here in the third. Tweehouse putting the moves on Matthew. Matthew trying to contain. They do. Out of bounds. Tweehouse getting a little frustrated out there as their Trojans trail 51-29 with 35 to go, and Dolan is probably going to slow it down here, Coach.
Oh, got to take care of the ball right there.
Ball's going to go on the deck. Jump ball with Dolan and Jones, but it'll stay with BA.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Coffey right there just thinking about clock management, 35 seconds left. You know, what do we want to get out of this? And once again, we want to control the ball right now.
Scarborough misses that one, and another ball on the deck with Jacobs and Ifoma. That one's going to go this time to the Trojans. Earn the bonus.
It is a fact that if we have the basketball, they can't score.
So far, you're correct. Trojans going to have to speed it up down to 10 seconds. Jones going in traffic.
Foul called on Tigers number 10, Janae McCrary.
McCrary picks up her second. Third team foul.
Jana Jones to the line.
Jana Jones will go to the line. You know, I got to give a shout out to the crowd for everybody bearing the elements. It's definitely hot in here, but freezing outside.
So we talked about that tonight, hoping that we would have a true home court advantage tonight, that people would come out even though it's really cold outside. So yeah, thankful for got a great student body here tonight, and then just people in the community that have come out to support the Lady Tigers tonight.
Under 8 seconds to go here in the third. As McCary gets it to Jacobs down low in the paint. That shot is off the mark. Ifoma gets it to White. That's going to end the third. Broken Arrow leading it by 21, 51-30. We'll have the fourth quarter coming up on ArrowVision on the other side. Stay with us.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. We're also proud to be team orthopedist for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Welcome back inside the field house. Tigers in front by 21 over the Jenks Trojans, 51-30. Let's check in with Madison Dildine, court level.
Yeah, guys, Coach Coffey was saying, hey, we challenged you at halftime, and you have responded really, really well. Guys.
Yeah, he was hoping that they would slow down the tempo a little bit, Coach, with the fact that they were leading by such a lead that the clock is definitely in the favor of the Broken Arrow Tigers.
Yeah, that's one of those things. I mean, ball control, you don't want to quit being aggressive, but you don't want to take foolish shots either or out of control shots, and so.
Unbelievable. Bowen going to the turf, or not turf, the hardwood. Had football in my mind there for a moment as the Tigers lead at 53-30. White going to Tweehouse. Tweehouse puts it off the backboard. She's got 16. Jacobs down low. Bad pass. Tweehouse comes up with it. You can see the fire in Tweehouse. Still a lot of energy.
Yeah, I mean, she's a competitor, but I tell you what, you know, what we've seen, even this is a growth game that we've seen tonight for the Lady Tigers. They have competed. We didn't have that third quarter drop off tonight.
Yeah, Tweehouse is going to be something special in the American playing for Rice. As that one hits the front iron, bounces out. Marcini with the rebound. Jacobs down low, over to Scarborough. To Bowen. Bowen is going to have to reset it. Down to 7 minutes, and she turns the ball over as Jones picks her pocket, takes it the other way, puts it off the glass. She's got 5.
The important thing now is no panic.
Slow it down a little bit. Marcini misses the 3 ball. Tweehouse with the rebound, but Bowen with a spin move. Jones comes up with the rebound. Bacon down low to Ifoma. Ifoma puts that one off the glass, and she's got 5. 53-36, 6:20 to go, and I believe Coach Coffey's going to tell his team, slow it down.
Yeah, just take under control shots, and yeah.
Yeah, he's calling a timeout.
I was about to call a timeout.
Yeah, you can do it, Coach Jones. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision. Broken Arrow on top, 53-36.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Welcome back inside the field house. Broken Arrow on top, 53-36. Some final scores for you. Edmond Santa Fe just walloped Northwest Clawson 61-18. Norman a final over Eisenhower 87-56. Those are the only finals right now on the girls' side. A couple other games are in the 4th. PC West on top of Westmore 72-48. Mustang on top of Norman North 55-42. We got 5:45 left to go as Bowen in traffic, unable to connect. Rebound goes to Ifoma, back to White, as Trojans are going to have to speed it up on their end of the court. Tweehouse from long distance, no good. Rebound, Ifoma. Ifoma back to White, back to Tweehouse now for her second attempt, no good. Marcini gets the rebound.
I'm going to say that first possession right out of the timeout, what do? We ran a set play, motion offense, reversed the ball a few times, let the clock run. So that's exactly what Coach Coffey wanted us to do, I'm sure.
And he didn't want it there because they sped it up as Ifoma makes the lay-in at the end of her end. She's got 7. Tigers need to slow it down the rest of the way because we're under 5 minutes to go with a big lead.
Yeah, just take care of the ball right now. Jenks is coming with a half-court trap, and we can't fall into the trap of playing out of control right now.
And I think that's exactly what Coach Coffey's trying to say. with a 15-point lead. I got to ask you, though, these are the types of lead, you know, it's still, I guess, within reach for the Trojans, but you're wanting to get gray hair out of your hair because, like, you're growing it left and right on how wild this could be.
That's why I'm so gray-headed. Yes. No, I mean, you got to, yes, you once again, you got to do what got you in the game, but you can't play out of control right now, and you got to play really smart. And
as White picks up the lay-in down low, she's got 5, so it's a 13-point game. Scarborough over to Marcini. Marcini in to Jacobs down low. Jacobs pulls up. That rims out. Trojans get the ball right back.
Really good look by Taryn. The ball went halfway down. But once again, this is the closest Jenks has been in a really long time.
As White, guarded by Matthew. Matthew's going to be called for the reach-in.
Foul called on Tigers number 30, Soraya Matthew. First personal foul.
Soraya picks up her first one.
Looking defensively how we're changing defenses right now. Going to protect the goal, and looks like about a 3-2 zone.
3:45 to go now. Daughter to Jones. Jones throws that one up. Nothing doing. Rebound Tigers, but it goes out of bounds. So it's going to stay with the Trojans.
Well, look who was there but Macy.
Yep.
Going after the long rebound. Yep. You're going to need a calculator for that one.
Yes, I am.
Timeout charge to the Trojans.
Trojans will call a timeout. We'll call a timeout as well. 53-40 inside the fieldhouse. Tigers on top.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
$53-40 inside the fieldhouse. Tigers looking for their 5th win in district play and their 10th win of the year as well. And how about a 6-game win streak? Can we just put the icing on the cake with that?
Well, and when you can beat Jenks like that in a big district matchup, I mean, that's going to be key. I think Madison's got something from courtside. What you got, Madison?
Yeah, guys, Coach was just telling them that we have to start taking deep breaths because they're getting a little out of sync, and we have to be better right here to finish this game out strong. Tiff?
Yeah. That's exactly what we've talked about, just the pace of the game and executing right now and not letting Jenks back in the game.
Trojans missed the first shot down low. That was Daughter.
Jacobs going to pick up the foul right there. They get the offensive rebound, and this is what we can't have is Jenks having the opportunity to score with the clock stopped.
Yeah, and you're not going to want Jacobs to get any more. She's got 3, so she's going to have to play close to her chest the rest of the way.
Yeah, this is one of those experiences. We do have some players that don't have a ton of experience on the court right now, but being able to not let the moment get too big for you, just play within yourself, do what you need to do, take care of the basketball. Once again, if you've got the ball, they can't score.
That one bounces out. Matthew with the rebound goes back to Marcini. 3:20 to go now. Marcini over to Dolan. Back to Marcini. Marcini over to Dolan in the corner. Now back to Scarborough. Over to Marcini. Marcini on the left side. Goes to Dolan. Down low to Jacobs. Back to Marcini. Marcini drives in the lane. Nothing doing. And Ifoma is going to be charged with the foul.
Foul called on Trojans number 22.
Good inside-outside offense there, just getting the ball into the post, and then Macy recognizing how they're playing. Her man didn't jump to the ball, didn't sink in to help, and she's able to backdoor cut right there.
Yeah, and Daughter was actually called for the foul. That's her second, not Ifoma. Macy makes the first. 18 for Marcini. And Bowen coming back in for Matthew.
Checking in for the Tigers.
Lead comfortable, but still could be within striking distance with Tweehouse out on the court. As Marcini makes them both, she's got 19. Tweehouse. Goes to Jones. Over to White. Tweehouse moving down low. Now she's crossed on the other side. Over to Bacon. Bacon from long distance. That is off the mark. Bowen with the board. Guarded by Jones. Flips it over to Marcini. And I believe the Tigers are going to slow it way down, but that one's going to be a costly turnover right there. It's going to go right back to the Trojans. Jacobs couldn't get a hand on it.
Yeah, just a loose pass right there. And I think defensively, like the last possession, we went to a 3-2 zone to guard the three-point line. And now we're changing defenses again, trying to make them take some clock up before they get a shot off.
So Jones, with 2 minutes, will flip it down low to White. And White makes it. 7 points for her, 55-43. And barring a miracle, I would say the Tigers are going to walk away with a win.
Yeah, double-digit lead right now with under 2 left. We got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, do not want to turn it over as Bowen did exactly what we just said we didn't want to do. As Ifoma takes it the other way. That one's off the mark. Tweehouse trying to collect the board. Ball's on the deck. Back up to Tweehouse. Now back to Jones. Jones flips it out of bounds. I don't know who the foul was called on.
Tigers number 33, Tara Jacobs.
That is Jacobs' fourth.
Third team foul.
There's a lot of action going on in that few feet around the basket right there. Just once again, kind of being out of control.
As a former coach, are you comfortable with this lead at this point?
Listen, I have been on the giving and receiving end of crazy turnarounds. And
when do you feel comfortable? When the clock strikes 0? Or?
Yeah, about 1 second left. Yeah. I do recall a game in the state tournament where we were down 6 with 32 seconds left and came back and won in the state tournament the year that we ran the table. So I'm not comfortable yet.
Yes, I'm with you. 55-44, 127 to go. We'll take a quick timeout on ArrowVision.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Welcome back inside the Tiger Fieldhouse, 55-44. Check out local Fox 23 for some highlights for this ball game with Spencer Tillis on the big tube later. Madison Dildine is court level. Madison, what do you got for us?
Coach was telling his girls, hey, we have been our worst enemy within these last 2 minutes. He said, we've just got to settle down and finish this game. Dan?
Yeah, that is, I could say that on repeat because that's exactly what we've seen the final stretch with under 2 minutes to go, Coach Jones.
Yeah, Jenks has got to press. They got to pick up full court and try to force some turnovers, and we just have to take care of the ball, make them come foul us. Once again, they've only got one team foul against them right now, so let's use some clock.
Marcini gets it to go. She's got 21 in double figures, 57-44 with 1:10 to go. Trojans going to have to work quickly. It's Tweehouse, guarded by Scarborough. Over to Bacon. Bacon back to Tweehouse. Tweehouse going for the triple. No good. Rebound, Tigers. Bowen with the board. Goes to Marcini, and Marcini's going to slow it down. Goes to the hands of Dolan.
Good decision.
Pulled up. Over to Bowen. Bowen across to Dolan. Back to Marcini. 35 seconds to go. Dolan pulling up and just holding it. Back to Marcini. As Bacon guarding heavily on her. Bowen now. Over in the corner to Scarborough. Back to Bowen. Tough pass. Bowen driving it. Over to Dolan. 18 seconds to go, and barring a miracle, Tweehouse nearly stealing it away, and I think that will be it right there.
When do I feel good? Right about now.
Right about now. And that will do it. Trojans fall to our Tigers. 57-44 is the final. Tigers led every quarter, and they now improve to 5-1 in district, 10-5 overall. We'll give you the finals stats in just a moment. We'll also check in with head coach Shane Coffey as well. He's going to be happy about this one.
Oh, man, I promise.
Unbelievable.
Going into a weekend and a huge win, and talk about a team effort. We battled for 4 quarters.
And containing Tweehouse, who averaged 20, she finished with 16 as well. So this was a good win for the Tigers. We'll check in with Madison Dildine, who is with head coach Shane Coffey now.
Wanted to defend your home court tonight, and you did just that. What worked for you?
You know, first of all, this is such a great environment, you know, and I think that gives us a huge home court advantage. But I felt like our kids played with a lot of intensity. I do feel like we still got to grow in late game situations, handling the ball, understanding time clock management, but just so proud of our kids overall tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
The final, 57-44. Macy Marcini leading the way with 21. Rakaya Bowen with 11. Peyton Dolan with 12. Brooklyn Scarborough with 7. Janae McCrae with 2. On the other side, Jill Tweehouse with 16. Mari White with 7. Daughter with 7. Ifoma with 7. And Jones with 6. So, Coach, back-to-back wins for the Tigers in the Fieldhouse.
Yeah, I'm making a statement in the district and the state that we're here, and we're going to compete, and we want to be at that level that's playing into March. And so team effort tonight. I tell you what, Macy with a double-double tonight, 21 points, and I had her for 12 rebounds. Team effort, and I tell you what, we grew up a lot tonight.
Yes, we did. Tigers will be on the road on Tuesday to take on Bixby. Their next home game will be January 26th. When they take on Muskogee. The final, once again, 57-44 inside the Fieldhouse. We'll have the boys game coming up in just a little bit. Stay with us.
Joining me now is head coach Bo Wallace as we get set for Jenks. Big one tonight here in the field house. What have you seen on them on tape that's kind of giving you a little bit of raised eyebrows, I would say?
Well, I mean, new coach, new system, so trying to figure that out. We haven't actually seen these kids. They're kind of young as well. You know, they've got a couple kids that played a little bit last year like us, but most of those kids are new kids. So just trying to figure out what their tendencies are, what they like to do, what they don't like to do, especially defensively, and that's what we try to pick on with them. But they've got one kid that's a really, really good shooter, and he's going to shoot it quick, so we've got to make sure that we guard the three-point line against them. I think they do a really good job defensively of just helping. You know, they're not out denying and all that, so they kind of stay in the passing lane, or not the passing lane. They try to stay in the gap so that they can keep you out of the paint, which is one of the things that we try to do, and get some back cuts and get some easy buckets that way. So we're going to have to make sure we execute offensively and get the ball where it needs to go and get there quickly.
Guarding that perimeter is going to be key, but also getting to the line and making those shots is something that you're going to want to do as well. But what is the biggest wrinkle that they bring to the table?
I just think that they're going to do some different things. They're going to try to trap us some. They're going to try to keep you on one side of the floor. And that's the thing, is we got to get the ball reversed, and we've got to make them have to move sideline to sideline defensively instead of us just keeping it on one side and making it easier for them.
And I know another big one, you always say protect the house, because we'll be going on the road after this. This is a big one here at home.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime it's Broken Arrow Jenks is big, and it doesn't matter what sport or what time of year. It doesn't matter what the records are. You kind of throw those out. And then it's another district game, so those are always big right now.
Best of luck, Coach. We'll have tip-off coming up next on ArrowVision.
And welcome inside the field house. Hopefully we're going to bust out a broom tonight. The ladies took care of business to improve to 10-5 overall. 4-1 in the 5-1 correction in the district. As they took care of Jenks. And now the boys will get set to take the court as well. We'll have the starters in just a little bit. Let's check in with Madison Dildine, who's court level with our 3 keys of the ball game.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Tonight we have got to make our free throws and then attack Jenks' closeouts. And last but certainly not least, we have got to win the 50-50 ball. Dan?
Yes, 50-50 ball, the free throws, those have all been some key things that Coach Wallace has been discussing. And they hope to take care of business tonight against the Jenks Trojans. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups of tonight's contest, Trojans and Tigers, next on ArrowVision.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016. Through this partnership, Matthews Ford sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for their efforts in supporting educators and being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools. This support sets a great example of how local businesses can work together with our school system to create a better future for all.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. T2CU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance. Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. T2CU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016 and sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. We're also proud to be team orthopedists for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Welcome back inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. Boys basketball getting ready to square off against the Jenks Trojans. Both teams enter with a 4-1 mark in the district, and also the identical record overall, 9-2. Here's your starters for tonight. Number 3, 6'2" senior Diego Ochoa. Number 5, 6'5" senior Julian Talley. Number 12, 6'1" junior Anton Wallace. Number 21, David Howell, DJ, 6'5" junior. And rounding out the list, 33, Logan Shockley, 6'5" junior. For the Trojans, they will start it out with number 0, Carter Mundy, a 5'11" senior. Number 3, Evan Godwin, 6'2" sophomore. Number 10, Coulter Adams, 5'11" senior. Number 21, Jace Johnson, 6'3" junior. And rounding out the list, Milo Stuffenbein, 6'5" senior, number 33. 3 keys to the game: make free throws, attack their closeouts, win the 50-50 balls. And I know Greg has more because he was inside the locker room.
Yeah, Dan, good to be here tonight. The Tigers and the Trojans, both two young teams that each only return one starter from last year's teams. These are the teams that really the last few years have had a lot of experienced guys, but you're seeing a lot of new faces, but also some success. I believe both teams are going for their 10th win tonight. This is a district battle, a rival, good crowd on hand. If you're watching at home and the main guy that you want to key on to watch that the Tigers need to slow down is the 6'2" sophomore, number 3, Evan Goodwin. He's the guy that makes them go, and he is going to be an outstanding player. He actually is already an outstanding player, and the Tigers are really going to have to key on him tonight as we get ready to tip off.
Shockley squaring it off, and he flips it to Diego, and we start it off. I'm Dan Hawk, Greg Spencer, my color analyst, Madison Dildine. Court level with this is that one nearly going in underneath for DJ Howe.
Well, that's a good aggressive first possession drive by DJ looking to score. We always talk about how unselfish he is and how we want to, even though he is the leading scorer for this team, want to see him take more shots, and that's precisely what he did on the first possession.
Wallace goes back to DJ. That one goes nearly into the crowd.
Uncharacteristic errant pass there by DJ. I think that one kind of got away from him.
We can blame those pink shoes maybe, I don't know. All right, here we go. Godwin. Trying to find a lane over in the corner now to Mundy. Mundy over to Adams. Guarded by Howe. Gets a screen. Shockley's all over him. Wallace now. Guarding on Godwin. Over to Adams. Adams near the paint. Over to Mundy, down low, turns it over, Talley with the ball, ball going the other way. Howe flips it over to Shockley in the corner, Shockley to Wallace. Wallace is going to be charged with the travel.
Yeah, both teams coming out a little sloppy out of the gates, but you know, if you're watching this game compared to, we touched on this real quickly before tip-off, but just there's not as much size and athleticism on the court as you're used to in a Broken Arrow Jenks matchup. But these are two really good, really solid teams. But you're definitely not seeing some of those, you know, D1 type players that you've seen in years past, probably outside of DJ.
Yeah, a lot of scrappers out there. And it's going to be a hard-fought battle between both of them as Howell gets that one bounced right off his leg and goes out of bounds. So Mundy will inbounds the ball with 6:35, and we are still at 0.
Tigers got lucky there. It's 33, kind of flash to the basket. Goodwin knocks it down and puts Jenks on the board first.
Goodwin made the easy lay-in right there as Howell on the other end gets it to Ochoa. Ochoa over to Talley. To Shockley. Shockley getting to Howell. And the Tigers reset. Howell guarded by Johnson. That shot is off the mark. And Goodwin, gets it over to Mundy. Mundy misses it. Shockley there for the board. A little sloppy, like you said, Greg, to start this one out.
Yeah, need to have a quality possession here. Good job getting Talley a touch as he's coming off a better game. Nice job there by Shockley on the rebound. In the locker room, Coach King was talking about how we're not getting enough and ones. You know, he said that we're getting to the basket, we're attempting shots near the basket, but there's too many times where we're getting fouled and we're not going up strong and powering through. And the Tigers have had a couple opportunities here as they go to line, but you'd like to see those momentum-building and ones more often tonight.
And the first free throw attempt by Shockley is off the mark.
Great crowd on here tonight, Dan. I know I got here a little bit later than you, and I actually had a little trouble finding parking.
Yeah, this is unbelievable for what we're dealing with as far as weather
yeah, especially
tonight.
With the weather coming, but a lot of people from Jenks in the stands tonight. Good student section on hand. I think this could be probably our loudest game of the year as Talley rejects that one.
How about that all over Johnson? As Adams behind the back, guarded by Ochoa. He's driving the lane. Hits it off of Howell.
Great
Howell
hustle.
diving on the court, flips it into the hands of Adams, trying to get to Ochoa.
I love the effort and I love the hustle, but once you come up with it, don't make a 50-50 pass in that situation. And he atones for the sin with another forced turnover. So great effort there by DJ. One of the things they also talked about in the locker room on one of their defensive keys was finishing possessions. That sounds simple enough, but so many times in high school and really at any level, you'll see teams guard for 25, 35, even 45 seconds. And if you're going against a team that is really patient, you got to have that mental toughness to guard until the rebound is secured.
Yeah, it's easier said than done.
Yeah, for sure, when you don't have a shot clock especially.
Under 5 to go now. 2-0 is the score. Howell, guarded by a pair of Jenks players. Ball is going to be a jump ball. And it's going to go in the hands of the Trojans.
Well, and Broken Arrow's having some trouble getting adjusted to the, Jenks seems to be dictating the physicalness of this game so far. Not that they're any more physically imposing than we are, but they're just playing with a little more toughness right now that we got to adjust to.
Mundy goes to Morgan. Over to Johnson. Johnson coughs it up. Shockley taking it the other way with the lane. Puts that one off the glass, and he gets the points, and he's going to go to the line.
Precisely what we just talked about, Dan, is finishing, getting those and ones, gets them on the board, gets a chance to go give him the lead, but a great job getting the passing lanes, getting the steal, and really just pushing up the floor continually, be more and more impressed by Shockley as the season progresses.
And already the Trojans have 3 players with fouls. As he misses the free throw, Howell goes to Wallace. Wallace from long distance rattles out, and Gilkey picks up the board.
Like that unselfish extra pass there by DJ, recognizing that Wallace had just a little bit better, cleaner of a look than he did, but ball went in and out, and we got 2-2 game. That should have been a travel.
Yes, it should. Mundy tosses it out to Goodwin. Goodwin throws it up.
It's kind of a tic-tac foul there.
Yeah, it really is. He wasn't going to make that.
And I mean, the only contact looked like it was just feet. Looks like he got his feet tangled up.
Number 30,
Elijah Harrison checking in for the Tigers as Wallace will take a breather. So the Trojans will inbound it. They go to Morgan. Morgan over to Goodwin. Guarded by 2. They go for a triple by Morgan. He misses it. Talley with the board. That's his second. As Howell's taking it the other way, going right by Mundy. Over to Shockley, all alone, and he buries the three-pointer, and he's got 5.
The 6'5" junior came to play. He's got all 5 of the Tigers' points as he did a great job. You love having a big man that can trail in transition and spot up and knock down a 3, and that's what he did.
Mundy now. Over to Marixa. Mundy in the corner. Misses that one off the mark. Talley with another board. Very tough pass to Howe. That one.
The vision was there, but it probably, if you're going to try to thread the needle, it probably should have been a bounce pass, or hang on to it yourself and live to see another day.
And that one is going to go for Goodwin.
I didn't get a good look there. My eyes weren't on Talley to see if he was set, but Goodwin did leave his feet pretty early, so that was probably kind of a 50-50 charge call that went against the Tigers.
5-2 with 2:41 here in the first.
Girls look good again tonight. Impressive win.
57-44.
Yeah. 5, 6 in a row now for Lady Tigers?
That is 6 in a row for the Lady Tigers.
Well, and it's really, they played the last 2 games without Mackenzie Mathurin, their leading scorer. And you kind of like it because they probably needed it in a way to have a couple games where some other girls would have a chance to step up, so they can kind of become, for them to become a better team, they have to be more multifaceted.
Yeah.
And so I think when she comes back here pretty soon, that'll be very beneficial to them, knowing that some other girls got some extra confidence in this week particularly.
Shockley driving the lane, gets called for traveling. I think he got it off. Maybe not, though.
Got a good media contingent on hand tonight. I see Barry Lewis on press row, and I saw Spencer Tillius up here from Fox 23 earlier.
Yep.
Always get good coverage when you're talking anything Broken Arrow and Jenks.
Five, 2:13 to go in the first. Noise in there now for Broken Arrow. Noise, Harrison, Howell, Shockley, and Talley. Go to Talley in the corner. Guarded by Gilkey. He goes in. Misses the first shot attempt. Goes up for the second one. But the whistle was already blown.
Yeah, after Talley, you wish that whistle hadn't have blown because he actually got his own rebound and was set up to go for the putback. But that's 5 fouls, so the Tigers will be shooting 2 free throws the rest of this quarter. Hopefully those free throws will be positives and not negatives if they have been sometimes throughout the year, and he knocks down the first.
Talley's on the board. Shockley takes a breather. Diego Ochoa will be on the court now. Man, I am very impressed with the crowd tonight. As Ochoa fights for the buckets.
Well, you gotta love that. If you're Coach Wallace, you send a guy back in the game and he immediately gets an offensive rebound and a putback. Love the effort by the senior Diego Ochoa.
Mundy in traffic. Gets it over to Mariska. But how about that? Noise steals it, flips it up to Harrison. Harrison on the other end, puts it off the glass. Nothing doing, but he'll go to the line.
Another emphasis for tonight, really any night, but tonight in particular, the Tigers wanting to get more points in transition. You're seeing some good effort out of that right now, as they really haven't had a lot of offensive possessions. It seems like a lot of their stuff has been transitions and putback points so far.
And one of the keys that Bo also had was make free throws, and so far they're doing pretty well at the line. And I say that, and they just miss it by Harrison. But Harrison makes his second attempt. Tigers with an 11-5 advantage early on.
Switching it up defensively, trying to wreak some havoc, force some more turnovers.
Morgan. Morgan's height playing a factor there. He's a 6'6" junior.
Yeah, I don't like that call there, Dan.
Talley picks up his second. So Shockley, along with Wallace, will come in. I believe he's going to replace Talley.
When for Talley, that's the second foul that he's had called. It was real close either way. The reason I didn't like that, I don't like to point that stuff out very often, but that official was less in place than the guy under the basket to make that judgment call, and it went against the Tigers.
So Jace Morgan makes both at the line. He's got 2. 11-7 now. 1:13 left here in the first. As Wallace throws it up to Harrison. Harrison all alone, but he is blocked by Morgan. Flips it out to Ochoa. Ochoa with a spin move off the glass. Nothing doing, but he somehow, eventually it looked like he was going to come up with the ball going the other way now. Goodwin, 2-on-1 with a reverse lay-in, no good. Harrison with a rebound. Tigers going the other way. Shockley over to Ochoa. Ochoa all alone, and he makes him pay with the triple, and he's got 5.
Transition basketball. The Tigers doing precisely what was talked about in the locker room, running the lanes, getting in spots, getting out ahead, and knocking down shots.
Morgan connects.
Boy, the pace of this last couple minutes of this quarter have really picked up. Tigers need to find a way to hold for one shot here if they can.
It's Harrison, 16 seconds to go. Shockley loses it. Ball going the other way now. Mariska going right by Wallace, but that one goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Shockley came in there and got a block there. Nice job hustling back on defense by Logan.
As the student section is heckling away. The energy definitely a lot better tonight. Fletcher in there for the Trojans as Mundy will inbounds it, guarded by Wallace. 6 seconds left. Quick shot by Goodwin.
Oh,
he makes the triple. It's 14-9. 2 seconds to go. He knows. Lets a Hail Mary go. That is off the mark. Tigers lead it after one, 14-12. As Goodwin makes the triple, he's got 8. Let's take a quick timeout. You're watching Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016. Through this partnership, Matthews Ford sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for their efforts in supporting educators and being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools. This support sets a great example of how local businesses can work together with our school system to create a better future for all.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Welcome back inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. 14-12. Tigers let a three-pointer go by Goodwin to end the first quarter. Let's check in with Madison Dildine, court level.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, one of the keys to the game was to make free throws, and that was one of Coach Wallace's points of emphasis in that huddle right there. He said, we've got to start making those and tighten up on D. Guys.
One final score reported right now, Putnam City over Enid, 49-47. Everything else still in action. We'll give you scores before we go to halftime. It's Howell, goes to Ochoa. Back to Wallace. Back to Ochoa from deep NBA range. That one off the mark. Howell almost came up with it. Ball going the other way. Now Mundy in traffic. Over in the corner to Fletcher. Now to Robinson. Now to Goodwin. Goodwin guarded by Howell. That one's going to go out of bounds. And Howell diving on the court, trying to pick that one up.
That's about the third time tonight we've seen DJ diving after a loose ball, which I know Coach Wallace loves seeing his best player or one of his best players out there giving that kind of effort.
Trojans call the timeout. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Tigers in front, 14-12. You're watching Tiger basketball on ArrowVision.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance. Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
And welcome back inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. Broken Arrow on top, 14-12 with 7:29 to go. We want to thank our One Club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Citizen St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and Quick Trip. 7:19 to go now. Trojans trying to force a pass, and Ochoa comes up with it. He pushes it down to Wallace on the other end. Wallace unable to connect with the three-pointer. Robinson comes up with the rebound. Robinson, guarded by Howell and Shockley. Now over to Fletcher. Fletcher to Mundy all the way on the other side. Goodwin now. As the Tigers go to zone. Goodwin, long distance three, no good. Rebound goes to Howell. Howell slowing it down now. 6:40 to go here in the second. Over to Wallace. Ochoa down low. Talley now. Back to Wallace. Ochoa on the right side. Back to Wallace from the left elbow. Makes him pay with the three ball. Nothing but net. He's got three and he's on the board.
Nice job by DJ knocking down the three. You know, that was in my mind as I'm watching that possession develop, that they looked a little tired, even though we've had a couple stoppages of play here, but DJ was able to kind of rise and elevate, knock that three down, something I'd like to see more from him as the season goes on.
Robinson now, guarded by Howell. Over to Goodwin. Goodwin gets the buckets to go, and he's the hot hand for the Trojans. He's in double figures with 10.
He does a really good job of attacking medium to poor closeouts, which is exactly what you saw there. He obviously has the ability to rise up and shoot threes, but in that case, you just got to do a better job closing out and keeping him in front of you.
Shockley picks up his dribble up, goes to Talley, over to Ochoa, over to Shockley, back to Howell. Howell in traffic. That one off the mark. Rebound goes to Robinson. Ball going the other way now. Nearly a steal by Howell. Robinson takes it all the way to the cup himself, and I believe Ochoa is going to be called for the foul.
Foul called on Tigers number 3, Diego Ochoa.
Effort was there by Diego, but not quite set enough to draw the charge.
That's his first foul. Here's some fouls for Ochoa, the one. Talley with 2. Wallace with 1 as Robinson misses the first one. Greg, you got to be happy so far with the 50-50 balls. Tigers have been playing pretty strong with that, and that was one of the keys that Coach Wallace was wanting.
Yeah, both these teams are getting after it, and it's going to be a battle all night, so you got to continue to scrap. You can kind of see the pace of that second quarter, or excuse me, the second half of the first quarter has affected the beginning pace of the second quarter here, as both teams looking a little more sluggish here right now.
Unbelievable shot by Howell, and he's going to go to the line for a three-point play.
Pretty similar job there by DJ as that three-pointer on the last 2 possessions ago. You're seeing him do a really nice job of getting elevation and going up strong with his jump shot. And anytime he finds a way to finish through the contact, he's going to have a chance to go to the line for an and one. That's what happened.
Howell averages 12 points a game, and he's a 64% free throw shooter, and he's going to connect on that one. And he's got 5. Tigers lead at 20-15. Mundy over to Fletcher. Or excuse me, Goodwin. Over to Robinson on the far side. Back to Mundy. Howell's guarding him pretty tough. Mundy pulling up with the J. Hits the front iron, and it's going to stay with the Trojans. That goes off the hands of Howell. You know, it seems like Howell's been playing forever. I mean, he's been on varsity since he was a freshman.
Still just a junior, so we got another year and a half of seeing him in action.
Talley will go to Howell. Howell moving Wallace down low. Goes right back to Wallace. Now Ochoa run across court. They find it open. Ochoa. That one rattles out.
Got a moving screen on Shockley, I believe.
Foul called on Tigers number 33, Logan Shockley.
Set play there to get Diego a clean look, which is precisely what happened, but away from the ball to free him open. Did not get set.
4:05 to go until half. Ochoa guarding Mariska. Now it goes in the hands of Robinson. Guarded by Shockley. Puts a spin move, trying to get inside the paint. Ball comes up.
Great defense.
That looks like it was last touched by the Trojans.
What?
Thank you. Got readjusted with the referees. I thought it was all Tigers' ball.
Yeah, he wasn't really sure what to call.
I think he was out of position there, the referee. So the Tigers will inbounds it. On the far side, Howell will do that. Gets it to Harrison. Back to Howell. Howell guarded by Robinson. To Shockley, to Talley, all alone. That one hits the rim, no good. Shockley collects the board. Back to Howell from long distance. That one rims out. Mundy with the board.
Just about one step out of his range there on that three-point attempt, but I don't mind it. Clean look.
Mariska now, guarded by Talley. Over to Robinson, over to Mundy. Back to Robinson. Over on the other side, Mariska. He pulls up. He misses. He'll go to the line.
And that's going to be 3 on Talley, I think.
Foul called on Tigers number 33, Logan Shockley.
Shockley with
Lockley with 2, so now you got both of your starting big guys in a little bit of foul trouble here with 3 minutes.
So Noyes will check in. As Mariska goes to the line. And he makes it.
Yeah, Dan, we talked about this is a big game in the District 4, in the 6A District 4 standings, as Choctaw, Broken Arrow, Jenks, and Bixby, who we play on Tuesday night, all sitting at 4-1. Now, Broken Arrow does own the tiebreaker against Choctaw, correct? Right?
Correct.
Yeah. My mind went blank on whether we won that game or not for a second.
No, wait.
No, we lost that
game, yeah.
Kind of faltered down the stretch of that game.
Seems like forever ago.
Yeah. I've slept since then.
Mariska makes the second. It's now 20-17 with 3:10 to go here until halftime. Howell goes to Lewis. Jerrion Lewis getting his first action as Noyes pulls up with the J. That one rattles out. And Gilkey with the board.
Out of bounds to the Trojans.
So 2:51 to go. Is Mundy. Guarded by Lewis. Mundy over to Johnson. That one's going to go out of bounds as Howell was trying to pick the pocket, but it'll stay with the Trojans. Got to be happy, Greg, on how Howell's been falling on the deck, just playing out of his mind so far on defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Mundy, guarded by Lewis. Gets the screen. Ball goes now in the hands of Goodwin. Goodwin trying to get by Harrison. Rattles out. Rebound goes to Ochoa. Ochoa flips it up to Noyes. Down to Lewis. Back out to Noyes. Noyes from triple. No good. That's going to stay with Broken Arrow. Well, you knew this was going to be tough tonight. It wasn't going to come easy. Tigers clinging to a 3-point lead. Costly turnover there by Ochoa. I believe
Out of bounds to the Trojans.
on that one, Harrison got the screening and couldn't get open.
Just a little miscommunication there. I think he kind of faked like he was about to go back door or pop back up, a little indecisive. Two guys that haven't played a ton of time together at the varsity level, not on the same page.
As Mundy goes in with a lay-in, no good. Lewis picks it up, flips it up to Harrison. That one goes on the deck. And a jump ball. It's going to go back to the Trojans.
Like the vision there by Lewis. If he catches that cleanly, it's still going to be a pretty tough play. Even though he was near the basket, he would have had to make a clean catch and immediately go up to finish for that to have been positive, though.
I'd like to see the student section get a little bit more rowdy on this end. It's Mundy, guarded by Lewis. Over to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Ochoa. Now to Gilkey. Back to Goodwin. Goodwin not able to connect. But the Trojans come up with a rebound as Goodwin misses the second shot attempt, and he lands right on Howell's left angle, and Howell slams his fist on the hardwood. He's in pain.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
I think it's going to be one of those things that maybe didn't feel great as it happened, but may not produce an injury of any kind as he's retying the shoe there. It looks like he's going to be okay.
Goodwin's now got 2 fouls. He just fell right on top of him. I mean, there was no other place for Howell to go.
Well, there's so often a fine line in some of these ways that people in a basketball game where a foot goes one way or somebody bumps into you one way where it may immediately feel like you get hurt, and then you're like, oh, well, I'm okay. But then something bad can happen just as easily. Great pass.
Nice pass underneath to Harrison. That'll lead to a timeout. Harrison's got 5. Broken Arrow on top 22-17. They'll have a timeout. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
So Ochoa, Howell, Harrison, and Shockley all with 5 points. Tally with 1. Low-scoring affair first half. Tigers on top of the Jenks Trojans, 22-17. Watching Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision, I'm Dan Hawk alongside Greg Spencer and Madison Dildon.
If you're Broken Arrow here on the last minute as they get a steal, what I was about to say is you'd love to find a way to go on like a 4-0, 5-0, 6-0 run here in the last 45 seconds. And getting that turnover there is a big deal. So let's see if they, now at this point, you may potentially even hold for one shot.
We're down to 34 seconds. Howell with a spin move all the way to the cup. Gets it to go, and he's going to go to the line.
There's those and ones we talked about. Not holding for the last shot, but I do like the Tigers' decision to spread the floor and let DJ go to work. And he made it count there with the and one.
That's Johnson's second foul. He will take a breather. 24-17. DJ goes to the line. Bottoms for DJ. He's got 8. 30 seconds to go now. Robinson gets it over to Goodwin. Guarded by Ochoa. Correction. That is Mariska, guarded by Ochoa.
Does Goodwin have 2 fouls?
Goodwin does have 2 fouls.
I would still have him on the floor right now. Poor decision. Could lead to 2 points for the Tigers, but unfortunately we turn it right back over with a chance to go up 10.
Trap by the Tigers. Noise.
If he had a little more sense of urgency to get that shot off there after the steal, it might have counted. I don't think he realized just how little time was on the clock.
So Tigers will be on top, 25-17. As head coach Will Wallace will join Madison Dildine right now.
So you've got an 8-point game as you head into the locker room. What do you want to focus on?
Free throws. We make some of them, and you kind of you pull the game away a little bit. I think our guys are playing pretty hard defensively. We're down a couple guys and got 2 guys in foul trouble, so we just got to continue to do what we're doing.
Thanks, Coach.
Well, I laugh there, Dan, because Coach is beginning to sound a little bit like a broken record. We've heard him say that so often.
They get a couple free throws in that first half. They're clinging right now to an 8-point lead, 25-17. You're watching Tiger basketball on ArrowVision. We'll have the second half coming up on the inside.
No fear. King. No fear. Only fight. I'm fearless. It's only right. My head's up. I stay strong, forever young, may you live long, with perseverance, hold on and stand tall, never back down, with my back against the wall, I'm an overcomer, I overcame it, y'all, I conquered every mountain, I've been through it all, yeah, I've been through it all, I'm fearless, nothing can ever hold me back, nothing. I'm unstoppable. I'm fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. You know. Yeah. I'm strong. I am. Yeah. I'm fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. I am fearless. I am fearless. You know. I am fearless. Gotta get up and go get it. I'm fearless. I'm fearless. Nothing can ever hold me back. Nothing. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm fearless. I am fearless. Yeah. You know. I am courageous. I am strong. I'm strong. I am unbreakable. You can't break me. I'm fearless. I am fearless. Fearless. I am fearless. I am fearless. You know I am fearless. You know I am fearless. You can't stop me. I'm fearless.
Wearing multiple hats to accomplish tasks seamlessly is second nature to Terry Moose.
Either first hour or 6th hour. Yeah. So we'll do 6th hour, okay?
Terry has served as a substitute teacher within the district and as a custodial coordinator at Broken Arrow High School. Despite the workload, her ultimate goal is to resolve issues without attracting attention.
I want it to be left so that nobody knows I did it, because they're not going to know it was ever there. I'm not called and say, hey, we got this huge mess over here. Hey, we've got this. Hey, we've got that. Because I want to find that. I want to take care of it before it becomes an issue for our students, for our staff members.
6 years ago, while battling triple-negative breast cancer, Terry took a year off from school for treatment. Her colleagues, teachers, and administrators rallied generously, donating their sick days to ensure she continued receiving her paycheck.
They break when you try to take them out.
That's what happened with that one.
Yeah, they just break. From the ESC, people I didn't know, people that just knew of me. It was just so touching. It was so amazing. And I realized that Broken Arrow is a family from the top on down.
Whether fixing doors or lights in the ceiling, Terry takes immense pride in her work, no matter where she is.
That just doesn't change. You leave a job, but you don't leave people. You don't leave relationships. That doesn't change.
Terry adds such an incredible amount of value to our school building, not just in the custodial role, but so many teachers, so many staff, administrators, other custodians reach out for her to just about everything. She knows everything about this campus, every space, every room, every need. We love Terry. We're going to miss her so much.
Terry leaves behind a legacy of dedication and heart, showing that commitment leaves a lasting impact no matter the role. At Broken Arrow High School with ArrowVision, I'm Dan Hawk.
Hey Tiger fans, I'm Cher Spook joined alongside varsity basketball players Elijah Harrison and Peyton Dolan. Elijah, we're halfway through the season already. Tell me, what can Tiger fans expect from the second half of this season?
They can expect a lot of discipline and dominance in the way we play. We've let a couple games slip through our hands just because we weren't A1 in those aspects, but we're going to bounce back for sure.
And Peyton, tell me, how has your team grown so far this season?
I think we've matured a lot in a lot of adversity, and we've played a lot of games that were close, and everyone's just starting to excel in their roles that they've been given.
And Elijah, back to you. You're a senior this season. What has been your favorite memory from Broken Arrow basketball?
My sophomore season, just because those people I'm never going to forget. I love them, man.
And Peyton, last question. How did your basketball career begin?
I've always grown up in a gym, especially watching both my brothers play and my dad coach them, and it's always just been a thing for me to follow in their footsteps and try to be better than them in every aspect.
Well, Tiger fans, make sure you follow at BA Tiger Sports on all social media. I'm Cherish Booth, and I'll see you guys next time.
Look around. Art's everywhere, from those stenciled drawings to shaping clay into a vibrant cat. Broken Arrow students are busy creating their own masterpieces, bringing their visions to life with creativity. But something big is happening in our art scene. Kyle Tadero, our visual art lead, teamed up with teachers and students to create the second virtual show. It's not just a local exhibit, it's a chance for our district to display students' creativity to a wider audience.
I think it inspires the littler ones, and then as you get into the middle school, high schoolers, then it kind of encourages them to put their art out there in the digital space. And I think it's a huge inspiration for the kids to keep going and kind of boost their confidence a little bit.
Starting from our dreams and bringing them to life through art, these artists are turning what's in their minds into amazing real artworks.
I remember looking up at the high school art and thinking, wow, I want to participate in that. I want to be a part of that someday. And I think having our work alongside that, that's really influential to them.
Students of all levels place their artwork online to be seen. The best part is it's been viewed by more than 10,000 people, inspiring others to take the chance to be seen.
The fact that like a small town has seen our artwork is really cool. You couldn't get that if you had just done it in the library.
Here, it's more than just a showcase. It's the place where creativity and learning thrive, where every clay mold or click of a mouse allows our community to embrace diverse forms of art. At Broken Arrow High School with ArrowVision, I'm Dan Hawk.
And welcome back inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. Third quarter getting ready to get underway. Pretty balanced scoring for the Tigers. Diego Ochoa with 5, Talley with 1, DJ David Howe with 8, Elijah Harrison and Logan Shockley with both 5 points. On the other end, Evan Goodwin with 10, Carson Mariscas with 2, Omari Robinson with 1, Jace Morgan with 4. Reset. Both teams coming in tonight with a 9-2 mark, 4-1 in district. So it's a big game this evening for Broken Arrow to go to 5-1 in district play. Some games across the 6A level. Putnam City a winner over Enid, 49-47. 21-26, Westmore on top at the half. Also at the half, Mustang and Norman North, 28-26. Yukon over Lawton right now in the second, 30-24. Union on top of Edmond Memorial, 24-20. Norman at the half over Eisenhower, 40-18. And Edmond Santa Fe over Northwest Clawson in the third, 21-20. Third quarter getting set to get underway for Broken Arrow. They won the first half 14-12. Our halftime score 25-17 as Coach Bo Wallace has drawn up something hopefully good for this second half of play.
Dan, I know both coaches in the locker room were definitely talking about what are we going to do these first 2 or 3 minutes out of the gate. If you're Broken Arrow, you got an 8-point lead. If you're Jenks, you got an 8-point deficit. This game could go one of 2 ways, right? Jenks could, 2-3 possessions could come back and pull within a possession or tie it. Broken Arrow, meanwhile, if you could get off to a hot start, find a way to go on a 6-0, 8-0 run here out of the gate, you could find yourself with a double-digit lead, feeling real good about your chances to get a win.
The Jenks Trojans restart with their 5 starters: Milo Steffenbaum, Jace Johnson, Colter Adams, Evan Goodwin, as well as Carter Mundy. As Howe drives in traffic, unable to connect. Wallace unable to pick it up, but wait a minute here. Mundy was out of bounds.
He's calling a jump ball and a timeout, but
Mundy was all out of bounds. Trojans will take a timeout. I don't know about that one.
Jenks catches a little bit of a break there. Wow.
Mundy was all over him.
Anton Wallace came off the Howe miss and got the offensive rebound and went back up for the putback, but lost the ball in traffic, and then looked like Mundy fell out of bounds as he's trying to call a timeout. One ref didn't really know what to do. The other ref gave it to him. So,
wow. Trojans catch a break as we are just beginning the third quarter.
Well, I guess if you're pulling anything positive from that, from Broken Arrow, is yes, you did lose the possession, but you got them to burn a timeout, which could potentially be valuable down the road in a close game.
I don't know about that one, Greg. That one was all Trojans out of bounds, it looked like. They are guarding the Trojans pretty tight right now. Goodwin pulls up for the jumper, rattles out, rebounded by Wallace. Wallace, Shockley, Ochoa, Talley, and Howe on the court as Goodwin's whistled for the foul.
Hand check for Goodwin, as he's not going to like that call.
That's his third.
Third foul, less than a minute in here to the third quarter. Looks like Jenks is going to go to their bench. So now, even more than ever, my key to the second half is very important for Broken Arrow as Jenks' best player goes to the bench. You've got to make a run here, right, if you're Broken Arrow. Depending on, he could be out 4 or 5 minutes. You've got to find a way to make a run here.
Wallace goes to Ochoa. Ochoa spins, nearly pulled to the hardwood. Somehow makes the lay-in on the reverse. He's got 7.
Keep an eye on it with Goodwin going to the bench with a little over 7. The Tigers start out with a 2-0 run. We'll see how much that lead can expand while he's on the bench.
Trojans miss on that one by Johnson. Shockley with a rebound, goes to Howe. Howe, you're right in front of us on the left corner. Goes to Talley. Talley guarded by Stuffleby. Shockley, nice bounce pass to Howell underneath. But Howell's guarded by 2. Ochoa flips it over the top of his head. He's got 9. 29-17 now with 6:17 to go here in the third. Cross-court pass to Mariska. Mariska with a spin move on Shockley. Kicks it out to Stuffleby.
If you're Jenks right now, you got to figure out where's your offense coming from. Broken Arrow's tighten up the defense. You're down 12. Your leading scorer is on the floor. Big chance for Broken Arrow to make a run.
As Mundy, now guarded by Wallace.
Love to have a shot clock right here.
So would I, as Mundy throws that one out of bounds. That should be Tigers' ball.
Thought that might have went off his knee on the deflection, but guess not. Can't really see from here.
Number 23, Amari Robinson.
So Amari Robinson will come in for Adams.
One of those long possessions there from Jenks. If you're Broken Arrow, you spend a lot of energy trying to get the ball out of their hands. You got to get a stop right here on this inbounds.
Mundy goes to Stuffleby. Back to Mundy. Mundy nearly coughed it up.
Good double
Shockley
team
and
there.
Howell double teaming Mundy. Mundy gets out of it. The ball goes out of bounds. Howell trying to save it. It's going to stay with the Trojans. You got to be happy with the way the defense was nearly going to trap him there.
And that's the second timeout taken by Jenks in less than 3 minutes of the third quarter, Dan.
Costly timeout here for the Trojans. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Broken Arrow leads it 29-17. You're watching Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016. Through this partnership, Matthews Ford sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for their efforts in supporting educators and being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools. This support sets a great example of how local businesses can work together with our school system to create a better future for all.
Welcome back inside the field house. Broken Arrow leading it 29-17.
Dan, it feels like Broken Arrow has Jenks on the ropes right now with a 4-0 run to start this third quarter. Jenks is kind of trying to figure out where their offense is going to come from. Now they've set up in an unusual look out of this inbounds plays. We'll go to Madison Dildine here after this inbounds play here, kind of see what develops. Hang on to that thought real quick, Madison, as we're waiting to get the ball inbounds and trying to figure out what on earth Jenks is doing on this inbounds play.
Mundy. Quick pass to Robinson.
Trying to get a post up to the smallest guy on the floor.
Robinson
and
shot
it did
off
not
the
work.
mark as Shockley picks up the board.
Madison, what do you got for us?
Coach was telling his guys, hey, you've got all the momentum right now. You've got to keep your foot on their neck and don't let it off, guys.
Choa missed the shot, and I believe he was hip checked. Slow to get up. He's got a stinger for sure.
So you like here with this double-digit lead, both of your leading scorers being aggressive on offense, trying to extend this lead, and with Goodwin on the bench, see if you can find a way to make it kind of an insurmountable lead before he gets back in. It'll be interesting to see how long he's out, as now it's 5-0 with him on the bench.
Choa's in double figures with 10. Simeon Gilkey is back in there for the Trojans with Robinson, Mariska, Johnson, and Mundy. Choa makes them both. He's got 11. Tigers lead it 31-17.
2 free throws, gotta love it.
Yes, you do, as Ochoa takes a breather and Noyes is back in.
Tigers interesting with a 2-3 zone look on this possession.
Mundy to Mariska, over to Robinson. Robinson in traffic, pulls out to Mundy. Guarded by Tao, now by Howe. Bounce pass to Gilkey, over to Robinson. Robinson over to Mariska, guarded by Noyes. Back to Johnson, over to Robinson. Robinson over to Mundy now.
If anything's happened since Goodwin's gone to the bench, it's been 6-0 Tigers and a lot of running offense without any success for Jenks. Long possessions here against this zone. Jenks just really doesn't have any answers right now. Broken Arrow forces a turnover after about a minute or so was taken off the clock.
Coach Wallace giving the fist pump of approval on that one.
I'd still like to get out of I like switching up the looks, but on the next possession, I'd love to see us start kind of picking up full court here. Pick up the pace and take advantage of this time that Goodwin's on the bench.
Howell with an alley-oop to Shockley.
Great heads-up play, though, by Shockley, realizing he had no chance to finish, and Talley's going to go to the line.
And Gilkey will be charged with a foul. That's his second.
And, Dan, I don't know about you. If I'm Coach Daniel McChesney, I'm getting Goodwin back on the floor. I don't care if he has 3 fouls or not. The game is being decided right now. You can't just leave a guy on the floor, and that's precisely what's happened is he's getting him back in the game. I think too often coaches don't trust their best players in foul trouble, leave them on for an extended period of time, and that game gets decided, and then what good does it bring them back when now you're down 20 points if you had left them on much longer?
Talley makes it.
Did he get both of those?
I believe he did.
So that's now an 8-0 run. The Tigers extended the game 8-0 while Goodwin was on the bench in less than 4 minutes of time.
It's a costly break for the Trojans, but we'll capitalize. Mundy now, guarded by Noyes. Over to Morgan. Morgan, shot no good. Rebound goes to Howe. 33-17. Shockley now, driving the baseline, goes up, and he makes the lay-in. 35-17.
He wanted to throw it down. He got up there, and then he was like, I better just finish.
Shockley's got 7.
And now just like that, the Tigers have more than doubled up the point total from Jenks as Jenks is finally here nearly 5 minutes into the third quarter, going to have a chance to get some points on the board.
Shockley's going to be whistled for the foul, running in to Gilkey. I think that was just one of those wrong place at the wrong time type thing because he was trying to go up to block, but he ran right into it as a defender. As Gilkey makes the first one.
So the run ends at 10-0, now becomes a 10-1 run.
Coming in is going to be Wallace for Shockley. Anton has 1 foul.
Tigers will be a little smaller here with this lineup, but you've got plenty of ball handling right now and a big 16-point lead to protect as Jenks going to try to pick up full court and see if they can force some turnovers.
Wallace over to Noyes. Back to Howell. Howell over to Noyes. Now to Harrison. Harrison driving the lane.
Great pass.
It's going to go out of bounds. Wallace unable to hang on.
Yeah, Wallace has got to catch that and go finish. He might have got in the lane and heard a little footsteps and panicked a little, but great pass by Harrison there. Wallace unable to do something with it.
Robinson to Mundy. Mundy driving, pulls up at the charity stripe. No good. Rebound goes to Gilkey.
Boy, that was a quick touch foul. With all the banging around that's been going on in this game with both teams, to kind of call something like that on a loose ball rebound is a little unnecessary.
However, that is Harrison's first foul. So Mundy will inbounds it with 2:49 to go here in the third. Mundy up to Goodwin. Goodwin guarded by Wallace. Over to Robinson. Robinson in traffic and another quick whistle. I believe this one's on Talley. Nope, it is on Noyes. Nigel with his first.
Got to do a better job not reaching on the penetration and just move your feet. Gave the ref kind of an easy target there on that call.
Robinson spinning around Noyes, and Talley's going to be whistled for the foul.
And now Broken Arrow's had 3 fouls in 1 possession.
Talley's got 3. Shockley's got 3, but Shockley's on the bench, and Ochoa's coming in.
You just take your foot off the gas just enough. You make some substitutions defensively. And Jenks, went about 5 minutes without scoring, but now you put them at the line where they've got all 3 of their points, possibly 4 here in the third quarter.
Noyes has 2. Robinson makes them both.
So now, Dan, you notice Jenks has answered with a 4-0 run after the 10-0 run since Goodwin has came back in the game.
Harrison over to Wallace. Good pass down low. A lot of contact, but the ball goes in the hands of Robinson going the other way. Robinson going by Ochoa. He's going to be called for the travel. Like to see the student section get a little louder here. Howe. Over to Wallace. Tally over on the left side. Back to Howe.
Spacing again. Now they've kind of came out of it and are in a man, but a couple opportunities for those guys to flash in the zone a little bit better.
Over to Wallace. Back to Harrison. To Howe. Howe pulls up for the triple. Shot is off the mark. Rebound goes to Jace Morgan. Now Goodwin in traffic, coughs it up.
Oh.
Wait a minute here. What was that, Greg? I was looking down.
Foul called on Trojans number 3, Evan Goodwin.
Well, that's 4 now, so.
14 foul.
Definitely not something you like on that call if you're Jenks, is Broken Arrow's about to get an easy 2, and you get a kind of loose ball call against Goodwin, as he will likely have to go back to the bench.
Number 21, Jace Johnson, checking in for the Trojans.
He is. And Coach Daniel McChesney is not going to be happy about that one.
And it kind of goes back to my theory. I'd go ahead and just leave him in.
At this point, I probably would, because you're 1 quarter away.
You're risking again.
Nice in the paint by Tally. And the Tigers turn it over.
And if I'm Coach Wallace, I might get Shockley back in the game here too. The offense has gone a little stale since he went to the bench.
It's been a while since we've seen a point for the Tigers. Mundy on the other end, slowing it down, but time is going to play a factor for the Trojans. Mundy over to Robinson. Back to Mundy. Tigers playing zone. Over to Robinson. Robinson guarded by Harrison. Back to Mundy. Now back to Robinson. Robinson driving in track with the spin move, gets it to go. Nice shot for Robinson. He's got 5.
Well, and that makes it a 6-0 run since the 10-0 run, so the Tigers have not done a good job answering. Diego would like to get some points on the board here. You had an 18-point lead that's been chipped away a little bit.
Second personal foul.
Morgan will be called for the foul. Joe will go to the line. Morgan's got 2. And Choa makes the first one. He's got 12. 36 to 23, 35 seconds to go. Mariska comes in for Chase Johnson. Tally checks out, and Wallace comes back in. So Choa at the line. Misses the second. 30 seconds or so here in the third. Mundy. Guarded by Ochoa. Now the Tigers pull back. Wallace, the front man on Mundy. 17 seconds for the Trojans. Over to Robinson. Now down to Morgan. Morgan misses it. Rebound goes to Tally. 9 seconds to go. Over to Howe. Howe stretching the court. Goes in for the lay-in. Gets it to go. Nice buckets for him. Ochoa picks it off. And that one nearly went in. So we end the third. Tigers on top, 38-23. We'll have the fourth quarter coming up on the other side. You're watching Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016. Through this partnership, Matthews Ford sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for their efforts in supporting educators and being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools. This support sets a great example of how local businesses can work together with our school system to create a better future for all.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
And welcome back inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. We get set to begin the fourth quarter. Tigers lead it 38-23.
Tigers won that quarter 13-6 to extend the lead from a 25-17 halftime lead to a 38-23 lead. So the last two quarters they've been able to gradually extend that. We had 11-5 in the second quarter, 13-6 in the third. So it will take a lot of firepower that we have not seen from Jenks here in this fourth quarter to catch up, but that's a good start as they get the first basket of the quarter with Goodwin still on the bench.
Chase Johnson makes it for his first points of the game. 38-25 now. Howell, guarded by Johnson, in traffic, unable to make the lane. He'll go to the line.
Dana, and I feel like DJ could probably kind of take over this game a little bit and really finish the Trojans off if he puts his mind to it right now. I like the way he's played here in these last couple possessions.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I feel like he's the junior leader out there, and he needs to take advantage of it. As Stufflebeam has 3 fouls. Jerion Lewis, Shockley checking in, Harrison and Wallace checking out. Some final scores for you. UConn over Lawton 73-69. Northwest Clawson at Edmond Santa Fe, their winner 50-49 as the Tigers turn it over. Mundy going the other way. Mundy in traffic. Misses. Shockley with a rebound. Shockley, cross-court pass to Talley.
Travel.
He's going to be called for the travel. And Bo Wallace is telling him, hey, we saw another man open, could pass it out.
Yeah, that's, Talley's having a solid game, but sometimes can get a little out of his comfort zone in that situation, trying to do a little too much. In this situation, slow the ball down and be a little more methodical in how you attack right now.
So the Trojans, Goodwin back in there. Over to Mundy. Back to Goodwin. Guarded by Ochoa and Howell. Mundy now going down low. That shot is off the mark by Mariska. He will go to the line.
Unnecessary foul there by the Tigers is really, honestly, anybody else out there besides Goodwin, you do not need to be fouling on a jump shot, contesting that way where you're picking up a foul.
Talley picks up the foul. That's his third.
The clock running is your friend right now. Jenks has had a lot of long possessions here in the second half, and really the Tigers have bailed them out with trips to the free throw line is the only reason this isn't a 20-point game right now.
Mariska with 4 as he makes both. Howell to Shockley. Back to Howell. Over to Shockley. Back to Howell. Awkward pass. Now down to Ochoa. Talley down low. Goes underneath. Makes it off the glass. Talley's got 5. Quick timeout.
And I think you're going to get a timeout here from Coach Wallace to kind of talk about probably what we just said, get a little bit of a rest, but say quit sending them to the free throw line. That's literally about the only way they've scored here lately is at the free throw line.
Yes, they have. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Tigers in front, 41-27. You're watching Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance. Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Welcome back inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. Tigers in front 41-27 with 6:31 here in the fourth. We'll go to Madison Dildine, court level, with that timeout.
The message was very, very simple. He said, hey, we got to keep them off of that free throw line. We've got to start communicating. Dan?
Yeah, I don't think that's exactly what we just talked about.
It's the only way they've scored in the second half is kind of bailing them out. So
the Tigers have led every quarter. They hope to close this one out here with 6:15 to go.
And being in a zone right now allows you to just, Jenks doesn't have the firepower to do much besides drain the clock. However, I could probably go out there right now at 44 and attack a zone better than any of these kids are right now. This is kind of a pathetic zone offense, I'm going to go out and say.
Challenge accepted.
I'm
just kidding.
As a former coach, guys not running zone offense correctly drives me insane. And that was probably the best possession they've had there in the fourth quarter, as they got it into the post, kicked it back out, a guy shot a ball, made the basket. But mostly of what we've seen is just a lot of throwing lob passes back in the fourth this whole second half.
Yeah, Mariska makes the points to make it 41-30. Let's take a quick timeout. You're watching Tiger basketball on ArrowVision.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. We're also proud to be team orthopedist for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
And welcome back inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. Tigers on top 41-30. We would like to thank our one club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Ascension St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and Quick.
Well, Dan, did you want to talk a little Oklahoma City Thunder basketball as we get here in the fourth quarter about the 62-point win last night?
It was a big one. Was that in Portland?
That was in Oklahoma City, Portland's not any good, but the Thunder won on the road at Miami the night before, so pretty impressive back-to-back to win by 62 points. Madison, anything said about the 62-point Thunder victory in the huddle?
Unfortunately not. There was no talk of the Thunder, but Coach Wallace said, hey, we've got to be smart with catching and passing. Rim run so we can get easy buckets and then make them work for it. Dan?
They got to be strong on their side of the court as Ochoa with the ball, drive in the lane, left all alone.
Love it.
He goes in, takes a whack at the hoop, but he makes it. He's got 14.
Well, Broken Arrow did a nice job there out of the timeout, kind of spreading the floor, running some 5-game, finding the lanes, getting the opportunity there for Diego, being patient and attacking the rim and finishing.
He's got 14. He's been playing very well. Season averages 8.8 points a game. As Talley comes up with the board, he gets it to Wallace.
Wallace got to get his head up. Had some guys out ahead of him there.
Wallace guarded by Robinson. Now over to Talley. Starting 5 are back on the court. As Talley gets fouled going up, Gilkey will be charged with the foul. That's his second.
First personal foul, second team foul.
The Tigers will inbounds it here. Clock's going to start playing a factor for the Trojans as Robinson and Gilkey take a breather. Shockley over to Howell. Howell down low to Shockley. Just puts it off the glass. I think he wanted the dunk, Greg, but hey, we'll take the points either way.
Easy bucket there. You're not going to have much of an easier 2 there if you're Shockley.
Mundy misses it. Rebound goes to Talley.
Nice job there by Broken Arrow, responding out of the timeout. Jenks had cut it to 11. Coach Walsh didn't like what he see, but he's going to like that.
Yes, he is, as Tally picks up another couple down low.
So a quick 6-0 run in mainly about a minute has expanded the Tigers lead back out to 17. And that's going to be about all she wrote for the Jenks Trojans.
And Shockley goes up with the one-hander. Doesn't throw it down exactly, but he'll still get 2 points. It's 49-30. 3:40 to 3 to go. Another turnover for the Trojans. The wheels are falling off for
Might have got
Jenks.
a hand on that. I think it's going to stay with Jenks. But again, 8-0 run immediately after the timeout. A little surprised we're seeing any subs there, other if you're just trying to go ahead and go to the bench. But I want to make note that that 8-0 run was produced by the starting five. It was the first time we had seen them kind of back together as a unit, and a very impressive response to more than likely seal the game here for Broken Arrow.
Good one over to Mundy. Correction, Adams. Now goes in the hands of Morgan. Morgan, an off-balance shot. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line. David Howell has his first.
Well, if you've successfully played as many minutes as he has and waited till 3:29 in the game to pick up your first foul, you've either played really well or you're not playing very good defense. But in his case, I'm going to say he's played really well.
Morgan makes the first. He's got 5. 49 to 31, 3:29 to go. Morgan's second shot is also good. Noise to inbound. Goes to Harrison. Trojans with a full court press. They go to Wallace. Now to Shockley. Howell left all alone. He wants the ball. He's guarded by Gilkey. Picks it back up. Goes to Harrison. Now over to Shockley. Shockley all alone. Goes in the lane. Rattles off the back iron. Still picks it up. Picks his own rebound, and he's going to be fouled.
I'll tell you what, Dan, I don't know what his plus-minus is, but he's got a 17-point lead right now, and I'm pretty sure that Logan Shockley, when he's been on the floor, Broken Arrow's been playing their best throughout this game. He's really just kind of been the glue guy that's made these lineups go tonight. When he's been out there, good things have happened.
Yeah, and he's been taking care of business also at the line when he's gone to the line.
Yeah, I mean, he's really, you know, as this season kind of comes into focus, as you jinxed him there, Dan, but he has really emerged as that reliable second, third option along with Diego. And for a guy that does not have a lot of varsity experience, you love the way he's maturing.
A little sloppiness on the other end, but a nice steal by Noise.
Look up.
Noise goes to Howell, to Harrison, and then it was going to go to Howell, but it went out of bounds.
I know for a fact, as most teams do, you run a lot of 5-on-0 transition in practice, beginning, into practice, whatever it may be. It does never does it look like that, where you have a 3-on-2 situation with two guys going down the lane. DJ and just no spacing there. You got to do a better job.
Wallace over to Harrison. Pops out of his hands. Goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Jenks. Tally will check in, and Jenks goes to their bench.
I don't know. Did you talk to Coach Wallace in terms of? I know I meant to talk about this earlier in the game, but Corbin Dow was out tonight. Notice he had a boot on his foot. Did you hear anything about that?
I heard that he was hurt in the JV game, but other than that, today. Other than that, I did not hear anything. Other than we did see him walk with a boot.
Yeah, see, he's got the hoodie on down there. Hopefully, it's not anything that keeps the sophomore out long term.
Tigers in there now. Manny Williams, Noise, Jerrion Lewis, Howell, and Tally. Trojans go to their bench as well. Under 2 minutes to go. Barring anything crazy, Tigers are going to move to
Great
10-2 as they steal the ball. Lewis could have been called for a travel, but hey, why not? Manny Williams picks up his first points.
Well, you got to give it up to Manny Williams there. There's 2 minutes left in the game. You haven't played the entire game. He comes in and immediately provides a ton of effort, runs the floor, catches a tough pass, finishes in traffic, then gets a steal or forces a jump ball on the other end. So, and he lost his glasses. Gets the glasses back. Now he's probably going to hit a three.
Yeah, he probably will.
Great job by me. Can we get a Manny chant going on in what's left of the student section tonight?
I could yell at him to maybe get it. Noise. Pulls up with the J. That's going to be an air ball.
I think he got hit on the elbow this late in the game. You're probably not going to get that call.
1:25 to go.
Jacob Gardner also checks into the game, and don't know if you also mentioned, Dan, but Israel Wilson, number 15, is in the game on that last timeout.
That one is off the mark, rebounded by Noise.
Here comes the three.
Over to Manny. Oh.
Instead, a great pass trying to hook up his other teammates. Lewis can't knock that one down. But
rebound goes to Wilson. Now to Manny. Manny in the lane. Rebound Tigers. Oh, man, that would have been special.
Liking the effort from some of these bench guys. Anytime you get a chance to go towards the end of your bench and reward guys that don't see a lot of varsity minutes, the biggest thing that you like to see from him is the effort that you've seen right now, because so often this kind of late in the game, it just kind of looks ugly, but you're seeing quality effort and execution by these Tigers off the bench here late.
As Israel Wilson makes the first one 53-34. When we go to...
I want to get a shout out to B.A. Lime here tonight. They were in the locker room. How old are you guys? What? How old are you? Third graders? You guys are some big third graders.
Yes, they are.
Some future Tigers got to be in the locker room with the team tonight.
It's very cool stuff that Coach Wallace does those extra opportunities because he knows that eventually they will be future Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be, whether you're a football coach, a baseball coach, a basketball coach, you got to be involved in the youth sports community and give these kids opportunities to come out here for some of your different games, whether it's, you know, seeing them in the locker room or getting them on the court. You know, these are the kids that also come to your camps in the summer. You see the same thing with our wrestling program. We did the wrestling duels last night, and just the sheer amount of kids that are involved in BA Youth Wrestling is always outstanding.
I think at the conclusion of this game, Greg, I think we should get Diego Ochoa along with Madison. He had 14 this evening.
Like that, Diego, a senior that has done a lot of good things for the Tigers, especially in these last few games.
Get him and coach as Manny's in the corner for the triple.
Oh!
And he gets it to go! 56-36. We need a Manny chant for the student
We may
section.
need to get an interview with Manny now, the way he's played.
5 points for Manny coming off the bench, and that's got to be less than 2 minutes of action on the court.
Yeah, I think he
it
came
was
in
like
around the 2 or 3 minute mark, and he's had loose balls, deflections. He's made some nice passes.
The student section needs to be given a Manny chant. I'm telling you, Greg. 56-36.
Maybe you could start it.
I just yell it real loud. The Trojans are going to lose one tonight here in the field house.
Well, for Broken Arrow, they will go on to Bixby, another big district battle against a local rival on Tuesday before traveling to the Shawnee tournament next weekend starting on Thursday.
Down low is Noise. The bench not wanting to go away, picking up some extra points.
Put your whistle away. Why are we still calling fouls right now?
Manny's going to be charged with the foul.
Manny wanted to get one more stat in the box score there with either a charge or a foul, but unfortunately it was a foul.
And he's got 2.
Well, then they should have gave him a charge.
Yeah. Shot is off the mark by Aiden Lowe.
Just, to reiterate what I said earlier, Dan, just how impressed I am with these, the bench mob guys that kind of got in here late in this game and the way they finished. Just really impressive effort and execution by the Tigers to get this 19-point lead. Steve Dunn in the house tonight.
58-39 is going to be the final. And the Tigers will improve to 10-2 overall and 5-1.
And with less than a second, with no clock time remaining, we're going to give Jenks some free throws here for some reason.
And that.
What are we doing?
Coach Wallace not happy about this one either. It's just like, let it in.
Well, I mean, you got to give the kids credit for what they've done these last few minutes, but maybe a little too much on the officiating side of things.
So one more free throw for the Trojans. So Lewis will just toss it in. And we fake the Hail Mary. So the final 58-39 is the final. Diego Ochoa finished with 14. Talley with 7. Noyes with 3. Howell with 10. Manny Williams with 5. Elijah Harrison with 5. Shockley with 12 as well. Madison, you got to ask Coach about Manny's effort, 5 off the bench, and see if we can get Ochoa as well. And I see Ochoa. He just spoke with Dustin Smith, our AD, if you want to grab him, Madison. You can grab him right now.
He just shot her down there. He's gonna go.
Oh, he's gonna go through the student section. I
shake
think
hands,
first.
I guess. Diego not wanting to do the post-game interview.
You might have to ask Coach about that. We'll go to Madison Dildine.
Coach, you ended the game with a significant lead. What changed after halftime?
I think we made some shots. I thought the first half we guarded really well. We just really didn't make any shots, and I thought their kid Goodwin had most of their points, so we just needed to do a better job on him, and I thought we did. And then the ball went in the hole, so I thought we got some easy baskets.
From the beginning of the season until now, we've seen some players develop like Logan Shockley, and then Manny tonight had 5. What are your thoughts on their performances?
They're just getting better every day, and I think it's a slow process, probably slower than I want sometimes, but those kids have put in a lot of work in the gym, and it's just paying off.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
And we'll get Ochoa real quickly with Madison as well. Ochoa finished with 14 and only gave up 1 foul as well.
So you had 14 points tonight. What were your thoughts on your team's performance?
I think we played a well-rounded game. That's something we've been struggling with all game. Playing a good first quarter, second quarter, and then the second half is just, there's a drop-off, and we just, have to make it work. So, I'm proud of my guys. We really made a good win today. It's always nice to beat Jenks.
What was Coach Wallace's halftime talk in the locker room?
He reminded us how, third quarters really, aren't our thing, and that we need this one. Because, since we're tied with Jenks, we're both 9-2. This is a game we absolutely need. So this third quarter was really, important for us.
Jenks is a crosstown rival, so how good does it feel to beat them and send them home with a loss?
Oh, it feels so good. Every time. I love it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Can't get any better than that. Thank you, Madison, for doing the work down on the court this evening. Broken Arrow now improves to 10-2, 5-1 in the district. Greg, 8 players found the cup tonight.
Yeah, and that's really been the recipe for success all season long so far, is just a really good defensive team and a team with a lot of guys capable of contributing. They don't have a ton of experience back from last year's team that nearly won a state championship, but they just got a lot of guys that can play, Dan. There's, every night, there's somebody that's going to contribute. We've talked about Shockley and his emergence. Diego keeps getting better. And it's just really impressive when you consider what this team lost from last year's team to be sitting here in early January, or almost the middle of January, and be at 10-2 is really impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Talley had 3 fouls. Manny Williams had 2, and Shockley had 3 as well. But overall, the defense on that end of the court, not giving up fouls.
Yeah, they're gonna get after you. Coach Wallace was a big-time defensive player when he was growing up, both in Broken Arrow, at NEO, and in Liberty, and his teams always compete defensively, and that's why they're hard to beat, and that's why they're successful.
Next up for the Tigers, they will be on the road at Bixby. That will be on Tuesday night. I want to thank our One Club sponsors one more time. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Ascension St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and Quick Trip. Also want to thank Antonio Hurling, our stream director, Greg Spencer, director of ArrowVision, color analyst for the boys game, Tiffany Jones, our color analyst for the girls game, Blake Shire, our producer and engineer, Madison Dildine, our sideline reporter, and of course all the students that helped out with the stream this evening. The girls a winner over Jenks 57-44 to pick up their 6th in a row, and the boys a winner over the Jenks Trojans 58-39. Until next time, go Tigers.